Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of all ages, we are back, and I have a fantastic episode with my good friend CDawgVA, all the way from Japan by way of Wales, or I guess from Wales by way of Japan. I really don't know how that phrase works. We talk about his life growing up in the UK, moving to Japan, how it happened, why it happened, what it's like, what he's gonna do in the future. We talk about putting on some of the biggest events in live streaming, and finally, we talk about a responsibility that content creators have to their viewers and making their lives better. It's a great episode. I really hope you enjoy it. And if you do, I hope you like, subscribe, comment. Honestly, comment, I think, is probably the biggest thing you can do, whether that's on YouTube or Spotify. We're trying to grow it. I also got Wabu making shorts again. I'm sorry. I have been the reason those have been so sparse. I think we posted like 2 shorts. It's my fault. They're all edited. I just haven't posted them. If you want to see that kind of content, it should be being served to you algorithmically on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at The Stanz Show. So go follow those. And let's get into this episode with my good friend, Connor. All right, chat, I want you to know the first thing Connor said was, wow, you got Rising Star 2021? And there was a look in his eyes. There was a real look in his eyes, like something doesn't add up here.
No. It was because I always assume you've been around.
Yeah.
So you don't think like a rising star is somebody who's been around.
Yeah, I'm new on the block.
You really?
Yeah, I was which is funny because I'm old. I'm 33 years old. Like compared to the cohort of TikTokers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a little older, but I started streaming during COVID. Like seriously streaming right before and then during, or I went full time during COVID, I should say. And so that was I went up, and that was right when everyone was reacting to all like the cooking shows. So I was doing Hell's Kitchen, other people were doing the other ones.
Right.
And I was getting tons of viewers because everyone was staying at home during the pandemic. They wanted to watch Gordo with me.
I hated this meta.
Yeah, it's funny. I also hate it now because I think I actually fucked myself because I did so well. I was like a 4-digit concurrent. I got Rising Star.
Yeah.
But then you have to not react to things because that's stealing. You know, you can't just like...
Well, yeah, that's why. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this? This is so bad.
And I think I hamstrung myself by starting with it and then going away because I had to like cut all those people off and then rebuild up. But it's been fun since then.
That's cool. But I guess now you're in like, and I hate to say this because I feel like it's unfair to what you're doing, but you're like in you're in like the Ludwig verse.
Yes. And that's,
right?
Hey, it's not unfair at all. And I'll say that every day of the week. Streaming is so hard and not even a little bit of a meritocracy. There's so many good streamers out there that will like never get a viewer.
Yes.
Because they don't have like that boost from something.
That's
and
true.
I was lucky enough to get that boost from Ludwig to at least get something.
I saw like this TikTok page of this guy who was reacting. No, he was a voice actor for something, and people had found him, and he was like, dude, nice to meet you. And I guess someone did like the sad music on TikTok and was like, this guy only has 1 viewer. Yeah, it's like, okay, he's pretty having fun. I mean, presumably he's doing it for fun. Mm-hmm. And then he got like a million followers from this one TikTok. It's amazing, but it's also like not great. I feel like that's not how you don't want to be the pity follow. Yeah,
like I think that form of it is not great. Where it's like, can we get a like in the chat for this guy right here?
That's you. That's you after Rising Star.
The alternative is like, it is cool that someone on TikTok can get a million viewers because they did something good.
Yeah, it
sucks that like it has become like getting famous to get famous to get famous. It's like they're making a TikTok to get famous. There's no content or end goal there. They just want to have the viewers, which I think a lot of people haven't reconciled. There's like, I just want to go #4U page, #4U.
It's at any cost, right? That's kind of the thought process now. And I feel like that's not a good...
What do you do when you get there?
Yeah, exactly. Do you sit around? Do you fall off? Do you get even worse? I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess.
It's like a dog that caught the car. And you're like, it's truly the worst thing that can happen to you, I think.
Oh, God.
I know. And this is your episode. And we've already brought it up once.
I hate... Because I do so many podcasts. I hate such a strong word. I do so many podcasts. So it's always nice to not just make it about me. Mm-hmm. It's nice to...
It's like what's on your mind, right? It doesn't have to be about you.
I feel like it's good to chat as well. Obviously, because I'm a fan of the show. That's why I asked to be on.
Actually, this is the truth.
To be on.
Episode 1 came out, and you literally messaged me, and you're like, I want to be on this show. I'm going to be in the States next month. Let's do it. You were the first and only person to do that.
I wanted to come on because I thought like your conversation when I watched the episode, the first one, I was like, this is such a great conversation. I felt like you did a great job. So I was like, I want to go on this.
I think it works for me because, and I was telling our friend Maya, who's staying with us this weekend, what I get out of it, I don't have to like make the show and get like 100,000 views and like, oh yeah, I'm going to be Joe Rogan. The value I get out of this is actually learning interesting things about you or whoever's in that seat.
Because we always get to talk, but we never get to like hang out.
Really talk. Yes, and since Japan. 'Cause ever since then we talk, it's like, oh, we're doing a game or doing something else.
But it is always comforting when I come to the States and I see some of the same faces. Yeah. And I always like that I see you because I feel like you're a very reliable and you've always been very good at everything you do. Not to say people aren't, but like sometimes you hang out with people and you're like, it is like herding sheep. Yeah, trying to hang out with them or try to do something.
I think that's the nature of being a little older. Is like
I think so. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm willing to be a steady hand in your life. You know what I mean? That's all I have to be. I wanted the steady hand. That's what I can be.
Especially because Ludwig is so chaotic.
Yes,
and so it's always nice that he has people. He surrounds himself with. I've noticed people who are not as chaotic as him, which I think is smart. Because I think when you're like kind of like the burning ember that is Ludwig or whatever.
You can't have like there couldn't be twins. He couldn't be two Ludwigs. That would be a nightmare. Yeah.
I don't like to talk about him about all this thing. I'm sorry. Feel bad. I don't want to.
No.
Hate bringing him up.
Don't feel bad.
Hate
we
that
should
guy.
hang out.
I fucking hate that guy. Staying in his house.
Man, I don't hate that guy, but recently I've been thinking a lot about him. This is a nightmare to talk about Ludwig for the first 20 minutes.
I know.
He used to be such a dumbass. And like, it was comforting to me in the same way that you were like, oh, I really like when you're like here and you're stable.
Yeah.
I always liked that he would like reach out to me for advice on like life stuff.
Right.
He's gotten so much smarter and like more reasonable and tempered lately.
Yeah.
I feel like I've like lost my value in his life. It's made me very sad in the same way.
No, I don't think so.
I liked him better when he was dumb. By a lot.
He needed you.
And that's a fact. Like actually by a lot.
He needed you.
Yeah, he doesn't need me anymore. I'm like a mother bird in the nest and the baby fell and flew and there's nothing for me here, man.
Doesn't need you, no. Oh man.
I gotta find a new Ludwig. Let's see what Kai Cenat's doing.
Oh God.
Yeah. Or Speed. His audio's not working. Speed, I can help you out.
That production is that's stressful.
Yeah.
As being on the other end, I can like.
Yeah, as an IRL streamer, like a heavily IRL streamer, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I've done a lot of IRL. I've kind of gone to gaming more recently. I like gaming. I genuinely think I'm addicted to video games.
And that's why you've done it. It's not like, you know what, I think like my future is more in this or I'm tired of IRL. You just love gaming.
I'm genuinely addicted.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's good and bad. I'm fortunate it's my job, but then sometimes I sit there for 16 hours and I'm like, I can't do this.
Sorry, do you say you can't do this because you're like mentally you're like embarrassed or think you shouldn't do it? Because you can, because I've seen you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's a bit of everything. I think my body feels like it's deteriorating. If you genuinely sit there for 16 hours and get like 200 steps, it's awful for you.
The second you stand up and like your body realizes what it's done is the worst feeling in the world.
Because I'm trying to stay active. Obviously the streaming, the cycle. I keep looking at the camera. Sorry, camera.
No. I always look in the camera, like Jim from The Office, and I think it's bad.
I'm like, it's bad. I should be looking at you.
Yeah, it's all good.
I try to be active, but it is hard because I do want to play a lot of video games.
Yeah, you want to play a lot of video games,
and I want to beat them all in one go.
Do your job well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you get this feeling, but like you wake up in the morning and you're like, well, I could, do work and send emails or go to the gym, but I could stream, and like streaming is my job, and like, oh, what if I don't stream? It's like really tough.
I try to beat games in one sitting.
Right.
And so I try to find games that are under 16 hours.
Right. So although I have seen you do like Final Fantasies in the same style.
Final Fantasies is like an exception because I like that though, because I feel like when you get to do a stream for like 2 days and people are like, isn't that exhausting? Not really. I mean, for me, it's like game night with your like friends back in the day when you got to go to, the one time you could, I don't know how often you have sleepovers in the US.
Oh, tons. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I had one friend whose parents did not give a fuck if we were staying up late.
So everyone always go to his house?
We always go to his house, because my parents, 9 o'clock, shut it all down, go to bed.
At least be quiet, right? You had to whisper and stuff.
No, they would get off.
Oh, really?
Get off.
Yeah.
So I loved going to his house because his parents just did not care. And it was awesome. And I loved that feeling. And I love kind of having that vibe of emulating that on stream, sort of. At least it is from my perspective. Sure. I don't know if that's from the viewer's perspective. Like, that's how I feel gaming.
Yeah.
And I hope that joy comes across.
I think it does when I watch your stream. And I think it's funny because you call it joy, and I think it is joy, but it also comes out of the misery sometimes.
There is,
too.
Absolutely.
Or the exhaustion,
Yeah, I like that though.
Yeah.
It's a fun challenge. I think it keeps you...
It feels human.
Keeps you on your toes.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it's like, hey, I think I need this versus like, I don't know, and not to talk about like reacting again, but like going live and like, I'm going to watch another 3 episodes of 90 Day Fiancé.
I imagine the first time you did it, it was probably quite fun. because it's very organic. It's very exciting.
Buddy, it's like crack. It's still fun. I
Really?
don't do it
Shit.
for moral
Shit.
reasons.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, if I could go live and just watch TV shows all day, every day,
I would
think I
hate
would.
that. I'd be
Really?
I'd be like,
that's
fuck,
good. You're a better person.
I got to clock in and watch Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Dude, they make it to be addictive. It's like perfectly formulated shows. You know?
I know it is, but I always worry that when it's a TV show, it's so, especially those types of shows, they're so well crafted that there's not really a moment for you to talk organically.
Right.
And I would worry that I'm talking over the core of it.
Oh, that's right. Because you're probably like a good reactor where you just like let it play. I pause. A 30-minute episode of Hell's Kitchen, that's an hour and a half for me.
Okay,
and I'm
would
rewinding
pause.
sometimes too. I'm pausing, I'm rewinding.
I would pause.
Yeah.
But like, I worry that when you pause too much, it's annoying as
Oh, it is.
fuck.
It is annoying. Every single comment was like, I can't believe this. Just watch the show, little bro. Which is insane because it's like my YouTube channel they're commenting that. It's like, what if you just watch the show, man?
That's so funny. That's so mean. They just want to watch a pirated stream.
Yeah, you are not any part of it for React fans. Not that I'm sure there's some like fans of React watching this right now, but like they could just as easily watch it without you if the chat was there. I think it's more of like the other people.
Do you think it's just having a person there? This reminds me of this 4chan image where this guy had commented, he picked a picture of a streamer. He was like, sometimes I just like to put a stream on in the background so I feel like I have a female presence in my life.
Oh.
And I was like, that's sad.
It is sad. That might be the first step to a healthier life. You know what I mean?
I think recognizing that is probably good for you. I feel like if you recognize that, hey, I just want some kind of presence there.
Yeah, maybe like go to the park.
And I'm not lying to myself.
Right.
Like, I watch the windows from the girls from my windows. You know, I think it's better to have that.
Yeah, although it is a little worrying. One thing that we talk about in our friend group a lot is that like, hey, the value of Twitch for a lot of people in current day and age is like to stave off loneliness. Yeah, and it's like, wow, it's really nice that we can provide that for them. Yeah. But then at least I sometimes feel bad that's like, oh, am I stunting them from finding that from something that might be like a more healthy coping mechanism?
Actually, maybe there's a good argument for that. That's a valid point. I think obviously we are getting worse at it. I think it's fair to say.
And I think the longer you are doing it too, because I'm sure you've seen like people that have been in your chat for years. And you're like, oh no. Sometimes in my mind, when someone leaves chat, it's like, have you seen the movie Good Will Hunting?
Yes, yeah, of course.
And at the end, he's like, the best day of my life is the day I come to pick you up and you're not there. Like when the chatters leave my chat, I'm like, dude, maybe they went to college or got a life.
Actually, I do love it because I've been doing YouTube now for 10 years. I really do appreciate it when people will come out to me and they're like, hey, I'm finishing med school now. Or they like sound like they're actually being productive.
You got me through some tough nights kind of things.
And I've never been luckily I've been very fortunate where I've been able to do this full time for like, for about 8-9 years.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously not everyone's watching the whole time, but I appreciate that people can come and go. It's whatever. They can do their thing. At the end of the day, if I can just keep playing video games, I'm happy.
Yeah, it's like you're getting what you want. It doesn't have to be like one individual through the whole time.
I just want to play video games and do cool things. So that's what I like doing. But yeah, I think I do like it when the chatters, it's nice to see them around for a while, then they go, then they come back and like, I've been busy, I got a job. I'm like, that's great.
That's the best version of it.
You should get a job. I'm glad to hear it. But I stream at like the worst times. I stream weird.
Yeah.
Because lately I've kind of I used to be quite specific about going live in the morning in Japan, which is evening US.
You were like the middle of the night. I would watch you at like 10 p.m. PT.
Yeah, now I don't care. I just go live whenever. Because I've kind of geared towards YouTube anyway and kind of like that stuff. And I found that I like it more when I intend to go live on my own terms. And I can go to the gym in the morning or something.
Right, yeah, you don't feel like, I have to like be on a schedule or
but
like
it's all degenerate. It's all of this is degenerate still. Sure. But then I'm traveling all over all the time. Right. So it's kind of a mess, really. But I like that I always come here and I see you. I like that there are some anchors that I see. Yeah. Right. It's nice. I mean, the reason why people like, dude, you go to LA so much, how can you like it? Because, a lot of my friends from Japan come over for Anime Expo, which is, in the start of July, and it's always in downtown. And so they stay in downtown. Of course, you're going to hate LA if you stay in downtown.
Yeah, of course.
But I get to stay at Lard's. Cutie's always cooking.
Yeah.
I have a stream set up there.
Everyone's always happy to see you.
Yeah, everyone's so stoked. Everyone's like, let's hang out. And in a way that I feel like I wouldn't get if I lived here. Like, when you live here, I feel like almost you take for granted that you can see people.
Definitely.
So for me, it's great. I get like 2 weeks and I get to hang out with everyone. I get some home cooked food, which I don't get in Japan.
Right, ever.
I eat Uber Eats. I'm like a platinum Uber Eats user or something. They must know I'm a streamer. The amount I spend, it's ridiculous. So it's great. Like I actually love coming to LA, and the flight's easy.
Right.
I do fly business.
You're like,
Makes
yeah,
it very
it's like, yeah,
easy.
dude's lay flat. Why is everyone complaining about this?
So easy.
Yeah.
And I know the exact flight I get. I always get the evening flight. I sleep, and it's like teleporting. So it's really not. People are like, it's so hard. I'm like, yeah, it was fucking hard when I was in economy. I'm like, with the pause, how dare you? I hate now. I'm joking.
Before, dude, I'm actually completely.
I'm so bougie now. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like it is the one thing I spend is Uber Eats and flights, and I always feel like I have to joke about it. Because it feels wrong having to be like, yeah, I spend this much money on flights.
Yeah, or Uber, you're like, yeah, I do Uber Eats twice a day or something.
I do.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
ridiculous.
It might be embarrassing to say. You know,
It is embarrassing. It is
mind
embarrassing.
Yeah.
But then I also feel like it's cringe to try and be like, guys, I don't do this. I fly it like that.
I'm cooking my own healthy meals or something.
No,
Have you seen that Twitter thread that was a guy like rationalizing it? And he's like, no, it's actually cheaper to do two
it's
Ubers.
not.
It's not even close.
It's not.
But they were doing the math. They used like some faulty numbers about the cost of food.
Japan Uber Eats is like a third of the price of American Uber Eats, but it's still expensive. And I could easily go to the supermarket and get like fresh sushi for like 300
restaurants.
yen.
When Rochelle and I went, and it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd go into a restaurant and we'd both get appetizers, mains, beer, maybe a dessert, and it was like $16 US, whatever that conversion
super reasonable.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, there is not a lot of reasons to cook at home unless you are really on like a very constrained budget. Because paying a little bit extra to get that nice meal, you're like, this is the best.
Yeah, and it's more well balanced than here too.
Yeah,
because you're not getting like here you're getting like Wingstop. It's like this is only chicken and sauce. Whereas there I'm like, I'm getting some fish, some rice, some vegetables.
If you hang out with me and Chris, maybe you'll eat worse.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of bad food in Japan. Like, sorry, not bad food. Like food that is bad for you.
Right.
That is like kind of hidden under the guise of Japan is super healthy.
Sure.
But then maybe you're eating only sushi. Doesn't have any veg. It's just salt and fish and rice. And
you're soaking it in soy sauce.
You're having like katsudon, fried pork on rice. Not a lot of green going on. There's a lot of food you eat that you're like, I haven't had a lot of veg actually.
Yeah, my stomach's starting to hurt a little bit actually.
Well, the stomach cancer rates in Japan are really high.
Really?
It's just so much salt and food used. I love it as a person, as a salt enjoyer.
Right. It's the perfect place for you.
Yes, but you do have to be a bit conscious about it, I think. But if like, this is a tourist or someone like me who's lazy, but if you were in a normal Japanese family, you would be eating like pickled stuff, miso soup every day, very salty, but and you would have veg. Like it's very normal. You'd have more of a full meal.
Right.
But I choose to eat the unhealthy things a lot of the time, but I do try to be healthy. Yeah. So I'm ranting about my diet. That's
no, dude, this is what I love to hear. The worst I felt in Japan was after we ate all those soba noodles. Talk about like salty and nutritional value.
Soba. Oh my God, we did do that.
Yeah, I had like 100 bowls of soba noodles or whatever it was.
Yeah, I didn't really fully commit. I was kind of like, fuck this.
Your bit was like, I'm going to eat one, at a time.
I was like, I don't want to feel sick.
And you were smart. Yeah, that was way better.
I've done it before as well, and I knew how miserable it was when I pushed myself. But look, I got Ludwig most viewed short out of it. The fucking dick joke.
Is that true? Oh, when he tells him what to say? Or you tell him what to say to the guy?
15 million views.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, that's amazing.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. He had no value for you. You're just a voice in the corner.
But, it was a good bit. And that was a fun shoot, too. That was, and that was really well done.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I didn't even know they had that in, we were in Shinjuku.
Yes.
I thought that was a strictly Morioka thing, which is about 2.5 hours up on the bullet train.
Oh, really? You didn't think you could get one
from there,
relatively like in Tokyo?
I didn't know they had it. So I was like, how do you find this? But these producers are magic. They make it work.
They do.
I don't know. Crazy. That was a lot of fun though. I miss you. You haven't come to Japan since.
I'd love to. So
but now you've had a kid. You've got a kid in the way.
Yeah, it's like I have no idea when I'm coming. But now it's like, wait, what if I take my child to Japan? Like it's going to be beautiful. They're going to love it.
If they love Pokemon, which inevitably they will,
they have to,
then you'll be the coolest dad when you eventually go.
Yeah, go to the Pokemon Center, see the giant Mewtwo and stuff.
Yeah, my nephews, I am by far the coolest uncle because I'll always bring them Pokemon stuff.
That makes sense.
It's so easy to get Pokemon things. Everything is Pokemon branded.
Right.
Anything you can imagine. Probably stuff that shouldn't even be branded Pokemon. Like cleaning products. You're like,
right. That'll make you can eat it. It's like a Pikachu brand soap or something.
I think Charmander should have a bleach brand.
Yeah. Ooh,
I don't think they do, but I know a couple of other animes had like bleach products.
Right.
Which is like, why?
You mentioned earlier that what you want to do is play video games and do cool things.
Yeah.
And in my mind, like that is the CDawg. It's like, hey, I'm tuning into your stream, you're doing a video game marathon, or you're like crossing Japan and swimming with dolphins. Like what I get from an outsider.
Yeah.
I'm scared that's like, wait, he's actually doing everything he loves. Like, what does that mean for you? How does that feel? What does it mean for the future?
Yeah, well, I've kind of...
How long can you eat your dessert, I guess is what I'm asking, because it seems like the rules. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so far, I've never really felt like I've run out of ideas. Mm-hmm. More so, the one thing that I hate that I do is that I always love to revisit things that I've done, but I always like to improve on them, which is, I think, is the opposite of how Lud does things normally. And
I hate Ludwig, and I love you.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, we learned so much from this. Why don't we do a better version of it? And he's like, no.
I think he's perpetually worried about, and we have a lot of conversations about this. I think he's worried about it being stale or something like that. There's a whole system of how his head works I don't fully understand. But for me, I really like, if something was so much fun and good, why would I not run it back and then try to improve on it? So that's why I ended up, doing the cycle so many times and the RV. And then there is a concern always of like, I feel like I have to one-up it, but I don't necessarily feel like I should have to.
Right.
Because does GDQ, does that feel like it always has to one-up itself? I don't necessarily think it does.
No.
I feel like the event existing is, nobody feels that way, but I feel that way as the creator. So there's always this battle of whenever you make something and you've made something good, that you want to improve on it, and that's the reason why it should exist. But I don't think that's always correct to feel that way. I think
it's your desire to want to do it is what makes it the right choice to do. Because it doesn't matter what the viewership it gets, or if you make it different, or if you run it back the same, but your desire to do the thing is, I think, what comes across to the audience.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Because then sometimes you end up adding things that actually don't help, but you're like, this is a thing that I can say
and then
is
you
better.
spent a ton of money, and it was stressful, and you didn't even really like it.
Yeah.
I've been there many times,
Yeah, I've certainly had that. So, I mean, that was how everything came around. Like, the cycle was pure happenstance. That was... Chris wanted to get into shape, and I wanted to do something exercise related. Because I remember watching a William Osman video, and he had mentioned that all of his content was about solving a problem in his life and filming it. And I felt like that was such a smart approach to content.
You're like, hey, wait, everything makes sense. Everything I'm doing is like tied together here. Yeah.
And then when you think of it like that, there's such an easy narrative that you can form, that you can explain to the viewers and sell them on a story. Because I feel like you do have to always give a story as to why you're doing something.
Yeah, why it's important to you. It doesn't matter that you ate everything off the McDonald's menu, but it does matter that you're like not from America, and this is what it's like in Japan.
Exactly. And I feel like that's really important, that you have some kind of purpose to something, which I think Lud has always been very good at focusing on.
And his best for sure, right? Like tip to tip is like, hey, he really wanted to learn Japanese and likes Japan. And then that came across and the audience loved it. Yeah. Whereas sometimes he'll do something that's like, I saw someone do it on TikTok. It has nothing to do with me. He does it, and it's not.
I pissed off some Lud viewers when I actually reacted to tip, and some people didn't like that I was being like harsh or critical on some things.
What were you harsh or critical on? I didn't see your reaction.
Because obviously,
let's get those people pissed off again.
No. I think because tip was, I mean, it was an amazing success, and it was awesome. And so I thought it was really fun to react to it, and I was so impressed by his ability to pick up Japanese. Right. And I'd be like, maybe a bit critical of certain things that he had done. Sure. But I was like, you probably shouldn't film this and do this.
I see.
And then I think a couple of his viewers took it as like, Connor is gatekeeping Japan.
Right, you're white knight of Japan.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm trying to be like helpful here to people who, the many millions of people who watch this and obviously must have been inspired. Because I think it was a very inspiring thing. Like, of course. Watching it was like, damn, I kind of want to do this. Like, I feel like everyone who watched it kind of felt like, damn, I kind of want to do it with my friend. It's such a cool thing.
Even with no camera, it's just like, let's just go do the thing.
Absolutely, because it's the type of thing that you talk to about your friends about doing that you'll never do.
Yeah, or your kids, or your grandkids. Yeah. You're like, man, I actually went to Japan and we went tip to tip when we were in our 20s.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing. So I was like a little bit critical of certain things, like him filming himself, like when he like trespassed and camped on someone's land. I was like, oh, dude, don't do that. That's bad. Yeah. I was like, maybe don't upload this, or they'll upload that section or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But then some people took it as like Connor is stabbing his friend in the back.
Oh, that's I was like, dude.
Just love fight on the fuck. Yeah, but it wasn't. Anyway, circling back now to the content. I had also been in a lot of content with people in LA where I felt like the content was absolutely prioritized over the vibe in the room and the people in the room. And I feel like that has always been a very bad way of doing events or collaborations, where if the chat is the focus too much, you kind of alienate people in the room. At least I feel alienated. So I've always kind of took an ethos of like, if I do anything.
Last week, Connor Dog sat in the back of Mizkif's stream for 3 hours, and Mizkif didn't
Just
talk
like
to
this
him
kind of shit. But like you watch these collabs sometimes, you're like, why did you bring this person on?
Yeah, no, all
like,
the time. I actually like Miz, and I have no idea what he's doing.
I mean, sometimes I watch Miz's collabs, and I'm like, why the fuck are these people on here? Like they're not. Like I feel like there is sometimes a struggle from creators to know how to utilize other creators on their streams.
I'd say it's the hardest thing to do. Well, once you are like a big creator.
Well, sometimes you just need to know, hey man, maybe this isn't the idea to bring someone on. Like sometimes I know it's cool to collaborate with people, but I just think sometimes you end up almost taking away from the content by bringing people on who you aren't fully giving the ability to kind of showcase on the stream. So I always want to make sure that when I do any kind of content that the people who are on that stream feel like there's purpose for them to be there, but also they have a great time. So even on the like RV, it's like, I want to make sure it's just us four, that we can have some fucking good moments. Everyone gets a moment to banter. People don't feel like they have to be on stream all the time, but when they are, they can definitely, we can get good moments out of it. And so that's been a really successful thing to do, as well as the cyclothons. Obviously, that's been like the biggest thing that I do unintentionally.
It's unbelievable how much money is raised. How cool it is, how much money is raised. Yeah, it's like one of the coolest things. And I don't even know if I told you this, but like at the charity auctions, like I tear up every time.
Dude,
every time they talk about it, I'm like sitting in the back row crying, like, holy shit, this is great. These are real human beings that you came out of nowhere and donated a shit ton of money to them through your stuff. And they have no idea really what's going on. They're
well,
like,
that was really funny because that was out of nowhere, because they initially weren't. So the whole thing came out obviously because of Mouse, and I asked her, I was like, which charities helped you? She named 2. I emailed both of them. Only one of them got back to me.
Insane fumble. It sucks for the other one because they also deserve like charity, but
because I was very glad at that charity in particular, the Immunodeficiency Foundation, which unfortunately has the acronym IDF.
Yeah,
However, I've come around on it.
Oh, sorry, the IDF. You've come around on the IDF. I've come around on the IDF. Clip this.
So I think now I've come full circle.
We're taking it back.
I think it's so good because it gets so much engagement on social media. People
you were on Fox News or whatever the hell it was.
The fucking Hill. Because people are like, the IDF? But it drives engagement. And people ask about it. How often do they talk about other charities? People don't give a fuck, unfortunately. They you know what I mean? It actually drives conversation, which I've come to appreciate now.
Right.
The very unfortunate acronym has kind of worked in the favor of promoting the charity and what it stands for.
Especially when their like newest donor base is internet first. It's like very easy for people to share.
And so I reached out to the charity, convinced them to get on Tiltify and all these other platforms. And I was just like, I will get you money.
Yeah.
Please sign up to this. It should take you a day.
It sounds fake. To them, you were a scammer at first. You're like, there's something weird going on here.
And then I think we did a short thing where I raised like $10,000 for them, and I think they were super stoked, but I didn't hear from them. And so we did the first cyclothon. We raised $330,000 around, and then I got an email from them being like, "Wow, thank you so much." And that was when I started kind of talking with them a bit more, and from that, working with them a bunch, talking with Mouse a bunch, we kind of started building up a really good working relationship, which then I found really more satisfying working on charity stuff, because a lot of the times you'll see these creators that promote charity and don't really do a whole lot of thought into the charity or what it is. And that's fine, because I think ultimately any creator giving money to charity is great. But sometimes they actually give money to really shitty charities.
Yeah.
Or
through platforms that are like taking a bunch of money.
So much money. Like some of these platforms will take like 30%, 40%, like crazy amounts. And like to the point where you're like, who am I raising money for here? And at what point are you raising money through your like really shitty way, almost inconveniencing the people who do want that money to go to charity? And so then a lot of work I felt like was needed on my part to actually vet the charity. And I worked people to look into the charity just to make sure that what they were doing was all legitimate and above board. And then once they were like, yep, totally all good. And then I spoke with the charity a bunch, and I would ask them like, hey, where's the money going? Like, where are you putting this money? Those kind of questions made it a lot easier for me to then fully send like, this is the charity I want to work with. And to have that working relationship where it's super easy for me. I just want to work with this charity. Anytime I do anything charity based, it's for this charity. I know where the money's going. I've talked to the patients that have benefited from the money. And it feels weird sometimes because like It's maybe this is what like Mr. Beast feels every video. Like I feel like I'm some kind of like I have like sycophants that are like in a weird way where they're like, thank you so much. I'm like, you don't need to thank me.
But it's real. That's what's crazy.
It's so
about
real.
It.
I feel like even saying the word sycophants is unfair there to them.
Yeah.
But like people thank me, and I'm like, I really feel bad when people thank me a bunch. I'm like, I'm not doing it for the thanks, and I know that's not what they're doing it. But like, yeah, I just want to do it because like. You just feel like you got to do something like that.
It's probably annoying for you to hear, but you have saved people's lives. And it's you're like, I'm like cringing hearing that. Like, that's insane.
As a British person, that is like revolting to me.
Yeah.
Who do you think
saving people? It's not the compliment. It's
who
the
do you
saving
think
people.
you are, man? Who do you think you are? You think you're so cool saving? You know what I mean? It's just such an anti-British thing to do.
Yeah, to take a compliment. Yeah. To be in the limelight at all.
You know, it's great. Ultimately, I'm happy that those people are getting the help they need, and that's what it's about. And I think. Yeah, maybe I don't know. After doing YouTube for so long and being very lucky that I can kind of pay for it, literally whatever I need, I can splurge on business class flights. It was kind of like this weird part of like, I was like, man, I really just want to start giving back. It sounds so dumb. It sounds so fucking Hollywood.
No,
like,
there was
I think I'm going to give back.
There was a fork in the road. And you could have either been like, I'm actually going to save all my money and be a huge asshole, or I can start giving back because I have been afforded this opportunity in life through something that seems crazy, like playing games, playing with my friends, doing all these things. And you chose the honorable side.
Well, it was I never wanted it to be also at the extent of the content either. Like I never wanted to make the content worse. Whatever I had to do had to be like the charity element had to enhance the content, which I feel like the cyclothon without the charity doesn't really work.
No,
we could do it, but it doesn't
work at the scale for sure.
What's the
because
point
it's just like, like it's cool that the streamer is out of his house and riding a bike, and the map is cool, but like, what am I really waiting for? That finish line shot with the dollar amount.
Yeah, it's so
You're
cool.
like edging towards that every day, and it's like I need to see.
It's really cool. It's really special too. That's so cool. And this year we got to have Mouse on the iPad a bunch, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
But we obviously worked on the charity together, as the charity auction.
Yeah,
charity auction is crazy.
Yeah. It's one of my. I mean, hey, rest in peace. But it's one of my favorite things.
Well,
we've ever done.
I might. Who knows? I might do it again someday.
Yeah.
I like the formula a lot, but I think it needs to be reworked a bunch to make the show better. But I just don't know how. It's hard. But but I love the concept. I love the energy in the room, and I really love that we got to do that together. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was, I think, man, was that before or after we went to Japan? Because I feel like that was the time where we like went through the fire together. It's like, hey, we're planning all this stuff, like me, you, and Germa a lot of the time.
Yes.
What are we going to get done?
We met in Japan before we did the charity.
Got it. Yeah,
but that was when I was working with you and obviously Dakota and Germa, and that was, I was like, man, these guys are so good.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, it really does. I think that it's hard for creators, especially big creators that do want to do that cool stuff, to get it done. And the problem is to get like smart people to work on it is also extremely expensive.
Yes.
And you can just stream video games instead.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It becomes like a net negative to do cool things.
Huge money loss. But honestly, it wasn't even about losing money on it. I think for me personally, the main thing that I hated about doing that was chasing the creators.
Yeah.
Because I feel like someone like Ludwig is very fortunate. I hate to keep referencing him, but I feel like there are a lot of parallels.
We'll just start bleeping his name, and then no one will know who we're talking about.
There are a lot of parallels between, I guess, how me and Ludwig have done things. Obviously, he's done it so much more bigger scale, but obviously I take a lot of inspiration from him as well. But he has a pull with creators that is very strong, where I feel like he doesn't need to do much for the creator to be on board.
Right.
Where I feel like I hadn't worked with a lot of creators, although I know people, were very willing to. I felt like it took a lot more. I had to assure people what was going on, what the flow of it was. Whereas a lot, I can be like, you down for this, man? Yeah, bro, let's do it. And then that's it. And I feel like that's a very good position. And Ludwig has proven himself that he delivers at events and gives people a platform to showcase their talents. I think that's why.
Used to believe that, and I remember complaining to him. It's like, it's so easy for you.
Yeah.
And all he did was pull out his phone and pull out messages to, I won't even like name the creator at this point. And he's like, this is what it takes. And it was like 7 messages in a row of Ludwig being like, hey, you still down to do this?
He's very convincing.
It's like, dude, he's like a duck. His feet under the water are actually kicking so hard.
Yeah, he's very convincing.
Yeah, he does not mind sliding in DMs and going again and again. Yeah. Whereas I get uncomfortable and don't do it.
I don't mind. It was just when I was doing it for like 30 creators.
Yeah.
And then I'm asking them to ship things.
Yeah, and the real problem is they'll say yes, but then you have to follow up. That's the hard part.
Yeah, because like it's different from me asking someone to show up or asking them to send a voice recording or a video. Having someone actually physically get something
and think of the thing.
Send it.
It's like, hey, what is someone going to buy? You're like, oh no. Exactly. And then as a creator,
It's like, stressful on them as well.
Yeah, because it's like, what if it's not good? What if no one likes it? What if I don't raise any money and then Connor hates me? I'm sure like they're thinking this, which is to you, you're like, that's insane.
Yeah, I don't think that at all.
But it's just a really hard.
Yeah, some people have egos about it too. I realize some people wanted to raise a lot of money and they got upset when they didn't.
Did they really?
One person got upset. I'm not going to name them.
Got it. Yeah.
But one person did get a little bit upset that theirs didn't raise more money.
Right.
And I was like, dude, you raised thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
what are you talking
and this is going
about?
to charity.
This
and
is
you're
junk
on the stream.
in your house. Let's be honest.
That's
like,
so funny.
Yeah. So I felt like there's a lot of things I could have improved on my end too, and so there's always things I want to do better. But right now, I've had a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do personally, working on outside of content.
Oh, interesting.
So for the year, so I've just been kind of moving that. I won't talk about it too much, but
is that stuff you can't share?
Yeah, stuff I can't share, but I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
So that's been fun, but I've also just been working ungodly amounts.
Right.
I've been the #1 sponsor shill this year.
That's good.
Because I wanted to do some cool stuff, and I think it required a bit of cash. But
dude, I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the early Ludwig days, we took like a few Fansly sponsors on a lot of things.
Wait, the chess boxing.
Chess boxing was Fansly. I think XUC Juiced was Fansly. It was like, hey, we want to make cool shows, so we're willing to pump these
Sometimes
things.
You do just have to do the thing that you're like, God damn it, but you know what? I wanna do this cool thing, and this is what it takes. Sometimes you kind of have to just be like, all right, fine, let's do it. Yeah, that was cool. I forgot about that. I remember the chess boxing because I remember every time I'd meet up with Ludwig, he's like, lost another couple $100K, and I'd be like, dude, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
It was not good, and I think it really, unfortunately, like put him off doing things of that scale anymore, which sucks because like. He was supposed to be our hero, like, our Ibai or Gales or any of these guys. Yeah.
I think there's just like a different pull because I think Ibai and these European streamers have such a dominance over that country and that language.
Yeah, they are like the guy.
Yeah, and that,
this,
I think like Mr. Beast could probably do it because he's kind of that guy. But it's also like, I'm okay.
Right. Yeah.
But then he's, there's a polarizing aspect to Mr. Beast, which I don't think it would work the same way as maybe some of the others creators.
Yeah, especially not in current time. Yeah. Maybe a year ago could have, but
it's tough. I think doing big events and English is just such a bigger scale. I think in a way that is a bit more difficult. I think.
Yeah, it's the dominant language of like internet content, for better or for worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all events are so. Awful.
They are. They're hard. They're expensive, but it's half of what you want to do. Like you said, it's like this is what. Yeah,
luckily the cycle. Again, we've kind of done it to an X amount where we've kind of got it down. Where everyone it's the same small crew. It is an event that I thank God don't lose money on, which is so nice to say. Yeah. Like it's actually so cool to do an event and be like, I made money,
or even went even. Because it's nice to get viewership no matter what. So you're like, hey, I'm willing to lose 10%, but. Losing tens of thousands of dollars, which I'm sure you have done. I know many viewers have done.
I've lost so much money on things. But it's nice because then when you make money from that event, you don't feel bad about, another event being like, we'll do whatever we need to do. We get it done. So like the RV, that's a whole thing where we have like two cars that are separate from the RV that are making sure everything is going well ahead advanced because there's so many moving parts.
Yeah.
We're changing hotel every night. There's so much tech on board, and we have one tech guy.
Yeah, you're filming, you're streaming, you're uploading, you're trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, because we what I learned from LA is that sometimes more is actually just hindering the content. Like when you have so many camera, lights, audio, it almost slows it down in the way that like it's not good. And so I kind of, it made me change how I did content in Japan, where I was like, I need to make all of the tech to be handled by one guy or me.
Yeah, it's like the IRL streamers were kind of right. And I think, I don't know how much of streamer games you got to watch.
I watched a lot. It was awesome.
Yeah, but it's like, it's awesome. But sometimes it's like, all right, we zoom in and all of a sudden you're seeing the back of like 9 camera people.
Yeah, that was the only gripe I had watching it is that sometimes the other cameraman, I'm like, they should have had a bit more tact with getting in the shot. It's like, come on, man. But
that can also be like the main shot could have had more tact in like not getting that.
I think so.
Ludwig's new thing has been like, IRL stream backpack, one guy. I'm going to hold it. Keep it on me the whole time. Yeah. Which is, so different. But it's kind of what you're saying too, which is like, how do we pare this down? Yeah,
because even the RV, we have a lot of cameras and we have a lot of mics going on, but it's one guy who feels very confident in doing it. Paul, shout out. He's very, shout out Paul. Hell yeah. He's very good. He's very technologically knowledgeable, but it makes it so much better because you can offer a very good production quality without having to make it super complicated and start having a lot of people. Because You add 2 people to a shoot, it becomes exponentially more expensive.
Yes.
That's a lot more people you have to worry about.
Yeah. Or doing things like, a lot of times, especially in the early days of streamers, they were just copying what like real professional productions did. And it's like, oh, we got a sound guy. So now everyone has to be individually mic'd. And then we have to like cut all these things in.
And sometimes that's useful.
Yeah, but it's also
a lot
like
of the times it's just
at the
ungodly
streamer
expensive.
level. Yeah, it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you get back is not even what you needed. It's like, no, actually one camera. You know who does a great job is Cutie. She's like, I have an IRL stream. I use the mic on my camera to like walk around and do it. Yeah, it blows my mind. I'm like, no, you got to get a lav or something, right? And
I like the lavs. I like the lavs a lot.
But she does it, and like the baking show went great, and you could hear it.
Yeah, the baking show is cool.
And that's crazy. That's one camera and one laptop.
Yeah, but it works. You know, I think it helps the content. It keeps that kind of that what makes content creation good. It's that kind of personal aspect to it.
Yeah, the connection that like I am the person, especially from a streamer. I'm the person you watch. I am here, and it's not like, you know, multicam angles cutting from the top. I'm not in it. I'm not even talking a lot of the time. So yeah.
But I would love to have a better production system in Japan if there was one, but it's impossible to do it.
They just don't have the infrastructure for like streamers?
Yeah, not really, no. They have production stuff, but I've done traditional Japanese productions. They have so many more people than LA even.
Really?
Can you believe that?
I don't, but
it's ridiculous. I've done a shoot and I'm like, you don't need this many people for this shoot. It's just absurd.
You have like 4 PAs for you alone. You're like walking around with bodyguards.
Stupid amounts of people. Because that's what Japan does. They often just have so many people on every aspect of production to an extent where I'm like, this is hindering. But that's how they do it. But then on the TV, you'll watch them and they'll make the talent, not I say it like about that, but like the guy who's like, we'll be walking around with a GoPro. And then they're like a GoPro 7. It looks like shit. And then they broadcast it. I'm like, what is going on here?
Right. Like, there's a disconnect. Something is wrong. They haven't figured out like the sweet spot. Yeah.
But that TV is very good. I think they have very, very, very good concepts. And they use, I think they do some really cool things that I would love to do, but you just simply can't because I'm not a celebrity in Japan. Like they have a show that was amazing that I loved where they'd get a celebrity and every week there'd be a new celebrity that would join him. And he would basically go around on an EV scooter. And this guy is known all over Japan. Everyone knows him. Maybe one of the most famous people. And the whole concept was that he would just, when the battery ran out, he would just rock up to a restaurant or someone's house and be like, hey, can I charge the EV at your house? And then they would freak out.
Right, they'd say, yes, please come in. Hey, we'll cook you a meal. And then he's talking to them.
And if it's the restaurant, they would ask about, like, what do you cook? Tells you, like, you know, they'll go in the kitchen, they'll film him. And it's such a cool concept, but only because he is a Japanese celebrity.
Right.
Or he has a Japanese TV station.
Yeah, if you rode a scooter through LA and stopped and came in, they'd say, leave. You can't use our bathroom.
Or even, like, in Japan, they'd be like, please get out, strange man. Like, you didn't ask us for permission. You can't film me. And it's like... But if you're a Japanese celebrity, no holds barred. You can do anything. It's so cool, the amount of cool stuff they do. But then they have a TV show where they'll send Japanese people to like Disney and they'll make them go around and chat with people and see if their English is good enough to get the person to say a phrase in English.
Oh, interesting.
With their broken English.
Right, so the Japanese person is trying to get an American person to say
something
in English?
So maybe, they'll get you to say like Peter Pan. But then they have to use their shitty English to get you to say Peter Pan.
Right, so like, hey, it's from that movie.
They'll be like, green hat. And they'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right. But it only works because they're getting Americans to do it who don't mind being filmed and are like, whatever,
I'm going to be famous. Yeah, it's like, no, charades? Okay, green hat. Yeah, like really
so it's great. And they have such good content ideas that like just sometimes don't translate to other languages well because of whatever reason. But there's so many interesting things that I would love to do, or maybe in future. We'll see.
That's great. I mean, I think stealing from traditional media is like the purest thing streamers can do. It's like doing a better, not even necessarily a better version, but like the streamer version of it, the guerrilla version of it. Yeah.
Well, I was sad that Unpaid Intern is no more.
Dude, me too.
Which obviously would...
I'm getting it trending. We're bringing that back. This got to be...
Yeah.
Talking about losing money, that was the most egregious overspend. Oh, bro, how? Unbelievable. Just too many... I love all these people because they're like best in class, but like too many cameras, too many operators, too many sound guys.
Well, they're good at their job and they're expensive for it.
Yeah, and that's why the show looks beautiful. It looks nothing like other stream things. Yeah. And that's the problem. It needed to be like a guy with a backpack.
I also personally feel like the stream aspect hurt it a little bit.
Yeah, which is why we actually stopped the stream after 3 episodes and then went to pure YouTube and just
I never watched it after that.
Yeah.
I fell off.
Because the stream was, not only did like the stream hurt it and like people maybe feel uncomfortable like on stream, It also hurt it in that like people were watching the live stream on YouTube and then not watching the VOD. And so you get a live stream with like 800,000 views and a VOD with 500.
Yeah.
We'd much rather just have 1.3 million views on like a standalone
absolutely.
thing. Yeah.
And I mean, that show's been crushing. There are 20 seasons now. And I think that's like, if you're an up and coming comedian in the UK, that's the show.
Yeah, the dream is to go on Taskmaster for sure.
That like makes careers now, which is cool. I mean, the format is so good. And they've got like such a good dynamic. But I loved you on it. You were great.
Thank you.
Obviously, I didn't watch past 3 episodes.
I know. And honestly, there's some bangers. There's some heat towards the end.
Damn it.
We just lost too much money. But maybe we'll bring it back. And I think with
LA is egregious.
Yes.
You can't fucking run a profit on anything. You couldn't open
You just
anything.
can't do it like a production. You have to do it like a Twitch stream. You have to do it like you were part of the bar hopping? Were you bar hopping with Lud and Doug? Was that?
Yes, that was on my stream.
Oh, that was your stream, yeah. But that's like the level of production that is more appropriate, right? Where it's like a person in a van versus like all these other things.
Yeah, we were gonna do that again, but then obviously, not the right timing with what happened when I was back there in July.
Yeah.
I felt like League Week was more self-harm than drinking for that much alcohol.
You're right. Yeah, you're genuinely. Like, hey, we should definitely do the bar thing.
I felt like sitting there for 4 days playing League was more detrimental to my life than drinking for a night.
It was brutal. I liked the first 2 days because you were whimsical when Ludwig was getting mad, and it was like funny to you.
Really
but then
mad.
After day 2, it's like he was mad and you were mad, and it was kind of hard to watch.
I was very mad.
Especially when he would change champions. You're like, you've never played this champion.
It would piss me off.
That was my favorite part of League Week.
And some of Lud's viewers like, why is Connor even here? He's a vibe kill. I'm like, motherfuckers,
you were carrying vibes for 48 hours.
Sit in this room with this man. You'll see how it is.
It's bad.
But I was like, no more League Week. Let's go back to Lovers vs. the World or something else. Let's not do this again. But the drinking one was so fun. I love that. That's me at my best.
Yeah.
Because I can drink.
Yeah.
I feel bad, but I do a lot of IRL drinking streams in Japan as well. And I love doing those because they're so much fun because we always, by the end of the night, will have made like 10 friends with Japanese people because we'll just pick people up and they love, there's a lot of people always think Japanese people are so shy, but in the right atmosphere and the right setting and if you know a bit of Japanese, it really breaks down those walls and people feel very comfortable being on camera even, which is really fun to do.
And I think it's cool for viewers because with a lot of young people, they don't have like the going to a bar and meeting
just
new
making
people.
friends.
It doesn't actually exist in like 2025 in the same way, which is really sad, at least in America. It's very seldom people go to bars.
To be honest, even in America, I wouldn't feel super comfortable doing it in America just because I feel like people are they're very guarded in a way that I think if someone was drinking, they'd be like, I don't want to fucking talk to this weirdo who approached me. But in Japan, it's very, very normal. In the UK, you can kind of do it, but again, some people are extremely guarded in the UK, and you just might get a bad crowd.
Right.
But I obviously have you met Pete?
Never in person, unfortunately.
I'd love for you to meet Pete.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'd love to too.
He is, no uncertain terms, the goat of socializing.
Really?
I knew he. So in Japan, he will.
I think I'm the woat of socializing, the worst
really?
of all time. Truly,
no,
I'm
no,
a one-on-one. I'm great, but like
not.
the thought of like going into a bar and making a friend is like I think I would have a low live split time.
He not every single time in Japan, without fail, he can befriend the entire bar. Like it is a talent that is unmatched. I've never seen anyone else who can do it. Like without doubt, the whole bar will be his friend within an hour. It's just he's just got such a charisma with it, and
that's so sick.
An ability to make people feel safe in conversing.
Yeah, pull them out of their shell a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. And then I thought he's going to struggle in the UK because the UK is just people are cold, man.
Yeah.
But we were doing a stream, which I don't know if you saw any of this. We did a generational Welsh.
No, I didn't know.
So I was very fortunate that I'd been doing some cool stuff with the Welsh Tourism Board. And I kind of hit them up and they helped me get a lot of places to film in Wales.
Oh, wow.
So, because I'm Welsh fluent, speaking in Welsh, I wanted to take
Which is an insane language, by the way.
Yeah, it is insane. Yeah. It is, but it's a really cool language, I think at least. Very beautiful. And then Pete, his grandma was from Wales.
Oh, wow.
So we kind of did a fun stream. We branded it around him getting in touch with his Welsh roots.
His culture, I
had done like a genealogy. I'd hired a genealogist expert in Wales to go through all of his grandma's history.
That rules.
And we got this guy practically doxed the entire lineage. It was the entire family, everything. So he loved it too because he got to learn so much about it. And then we went to where his grandma was from. And it was really fun. We did a bunch of other really cool things in Wales. And we went to this one bar in literally the middle of nowhere in Wales where you would only get locals. Right. It is not a place where you go for tourists. So,
sure.
And, and we go into this bar, no music playing, dead silent.
Someone just silently drinking at the bar.
And it was so jarring because we didn't have permission to film there. And we were coming in with a Sony FX3, which is a pretty big camera and a big audio handle. And I called them up and I was like, hey, I'm live streaming right now, which is an insane concept to...
Yeah, you have to explain live streaming to them, I'm
exactly,
sure.
It's like... But it was this really kind woman and she was like, yeah, come on down. Just ask the bar owner when you get here. I was like, okay. So I go into the back of this kitchen. This guy is absolutely like miserable face. He's looking at me like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm coming in with the camera. I'm going to stream. I'm showing off Wales. It's going to be really cool. My American friend, he's never seen Wales. He's dead faced the whole time. He's like, all right, go on then. But then he just lets us come in with his camera. And obviously the other patrons are like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, they're just trying to enjoy their evening and there's a huge camera in the corner.
And I was like praying that Pete's social abilities would kick in.
Yeah, you needed him in that moment.
I was like, I needed Pete to kick in. And he walks up to the bar, immediately just somehow pulls these people out of their shell and gets them totally okay with the camera and him bantering. And it's like masterclass level of socializing. Like it is a true art form that even in my best of socializing ability, can't match.
I think you're great at it.
I'm okay, but it's with people who aren't comfortable, like having to diffuse that because a camera is like terrifying to a lot of people.
It's
as
streamers, people don't even think about it a lot, but some people like even just seeing a camera in a room, like
it's
they clam
terrifying.
Up.
It's and I think as it should be, and I think there are a lot of streamers who don't appreciate the power of the camera.
Speed in the doctor's office.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
but even other streamers, I feel like they're very they're not very mindful of who they're filming and the camera. And I feel like they need to be I feel like I would love to see this change where streamers are a bit more chill with who they show on camera immediately, or people who are having like, sometimes people are not having their best moments. Sure. And I feel like it's a bit unfair to show them on camera. And I'm like, okay. And I'm sure there's so many streams or videos people have been filmed in public where they absolutely did not want to be filmed, but they have no recourse in getting that taken down or approaching that person. So,
or even knew in that moment they were being filmed is like the crazy
thing.
So,
we tell them right away, we're like, this is live. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, obviously that's very tough. So just having Pete there, just absolutely amazing. And they were super chill and they were super stoked at what we were doing and that we were showing people around. Because even though I am Welsh and fluent Welsh, I don't sound Welsh at all. So whenever I tell people, they're like, no, you don't. No.
So you have to bust out the Welsh?
Exactly. I'm a fraud.
What is like the most famous Welsh phrase? What is there something I could learn?
Probably the town, the really long town.
I think you just casted a spell on me.
That is right. That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
You could say that the very famous one is Dwi'n hoffi coffee.
Dwi'n hoffi coffee.
Just means I like coffee.
Oh, I like coffee. Dwi'n hoffi means I like.
Yeah.
Dwi'n
hoffi is to like something, and Dwi'n is me. A lot of people think that it's similar to English. Literally not similar at all.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of loan words from English, obviously, the same way in
coffee,
like Japanese. Like that kind of stuff, because obviously that wasn't around when the language was invented. Like, it's older than English, though.
Interesting.
And similar to, I don't know what your family lineage is. You're like German, right?
Dutch and British.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like in the Gaelic family tree.
Right.
All the Celtic languages are all from that one. So it's really, I find it super interesting.
Right.
And I like when I finally meet the Americans that are like, I'm Irish. I'm like, dude, that's great. Would love to talk to you about it. And then they're like, actually, I'm unfamiliar.
I think that's a big thing in the US because we're such a melting pot of like,
Absolutely.
I'm Irish. And you're like, oh, sick. Have you ever been there? It's like, no.
Some British people get really upset about it, but I think it's really cool. I think it's like, I like when you come to America, it's so cool that I'll meet people. I never met an Armenian person in my life.
Oh, there's infinite here in Glendale.
There's so many. Or they'll be like, I'm from Azerbaijan. I'm like, that's crazy. Let's talk about that. That's so cool. Tell me. Whereas like, they'll be like, I'm from Wales here. And I'm like, oh, cool. Do you know whereabouts your parents are from or where your grandpa? And it's interesting. But I think a lot of British people get offended that they feel that the Americans, in some sense, are trying to take a part of their identity, which I don't feel like is what they're trying to do. Unless they are like, I'm Irish. And I'm like, okay, that's an incorrect way to say this. You are American with Irish heritage.
Yeah, my family came from Ireland.
Come on now. You wouldn't last a second in the pub. Let's be honest.
Not even a little bit.
Like they'll clock you immediately. Well, because I'm from Flintshire, which is right next to Wrexham, which I don't know if you keep up with football at all.
Oh, yeah. Hey, they went up. They're in the championship now.
Right.
And Ryan Reynolds and other guy, Mac, are going nuts. They have like 7 seasons at this point.
And it's kind of crazy. I love that now they are the villains.
Yes.
People want them to lose now because they've been winning too much, which I think is great. I think it's great for football.
Yeah, not only winning too much, but like winning too quickly.
Yes.
They like bought the team and then went up, and then they had like 2 seasons later it went up again. It's like, well, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, a lot of people feel like they're going to struggle in the championship, which I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I mean, they should. At a certain point, you have to like revamp your team.
It'd be great for the doc if they lose.
It would be.
Because then they get the comeback. Which I don't know if you ever watched like the Sunderland doc.
I did watch the Sunderland one.
Yeah,
and Sunderland, they're up in EPL now too.
They're up now, but they were having a rough couple of seasons on that doc.
Yeah. They were way down. Yeah, and it's so funny because their stadium, people, if you don't know, Europeans are, their stadium is one of the biggest, and they were like 4 leagues down, so it's embarrassing to see.
It's so funny because they had been relegated from the Premier League, and the whole point of the doc was about them getting back up to the Premier League.
Yeah.
And they should not have even come close to relegation, but they relegated, which I also think is a great system. I love the relegation promotion
relegation is so much better than franchise here.
Wish that they would adopt it in American sports. I understand why they don't. But anyway, going back to the Wrexham thing, like I'm literally 10 minutes from that town. And that was where I'd always go.
So is that the club you support? Are you like hyped about this? Oh, no?
I mean, I never really supported them growing up, and I'd be a fraud if I was saying I did.
Right now that they're like doing well and popular.
Because I love telling the story, but I had a school trip to Wrexham Stadium when I was like 10. They were so broke at the time because it was owned by the fans, and they wanted to show us around, and they would show us like the score sign. They're like, "This is £50,000, you know." Like, oh, that's cool. And they'd be like, "We've got you all pizzas," and so they bring out pizzas, and it wasn't enough for a slice each.
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's like that meme where it's like the thinnest
and it was
pizza.
super thin, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And I remember I didn't get a slice, and I was like, "This fucking club
They're
sucks."
dead to me. Yeah.
Dead.
I'm not supporting
And I
them
never
at all.
heard about them ever again until they got bought, and then it's like crazy because now I always get people who reach out to me, or when I meet to Americans, like middle-aged Americans, who be like, "Yeah, I'm going to Wales." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why are you going to Wales?" And they're like, "Going to watch Wrexham."
Dude, that's
I'm
crazy.
like, "That's crazy." And so now the town. There's a lot of pubs that are now very, very touristy. It's so interesting.
Yeah, to cater to this new clientele that's coming through.
It's insane. Like the amount of, and now that it's great because gentrification, not great. But this town absolutely needed something.
Yeah, they need some like boost of income.
Something. It was a really rough town. It was very, very bad when I was growing up. It was not doing well. And it's been generally cool to see that like a town in Wales is really benefiting from, some kind of tourism or interest. Because then people want to check out the rest of Wales too.
Sure. Or even just learn about Wales. It's so much.
And you're so close to so many things there. Like there's so many castles like within like 30-minute drives of that club. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
Oh, no. I was just thinking that like it's so sad that a lot of, we learn it about like these languages. They're just like not getting passed on. English is like bullying other languages out. And like internet culture is bullying like local culture in a lot of situations. Absolutely. And so it's nice when there's like one beacon of like, no, Wrexham is interesting. It is in Wales. Wales has a dragon on their flag. Like the more everyone learns about it, the longer Wales lives in like the culture.
And they've done a great job of like really trying to push Wales and Welsh language. They've really like fully got on board with it, which I think is good because I think that's when you come into a small town, it can be very volatile. So I think they've done a really good job.
Especially when it's based on like industry. It's like a mining town or a farming town, and now it just doesn't exist in the same way.
Yeah. A lot of places in Wales are like that. So it's nice. I'm really glad that it was Wales and that it's doing well. It's really cool to see.
You obviously are a worldly person.
I'd like to think so.
I
say worldly, but I go to like the same 4 countries.
Yeah,
so
but that's more. There's a lot of people, like even people in my family that have like never left the States or never left Arizona.
Yeah.
Like what was that initial spark to leave Wales? You obviously love Wales.
Yeah,
but like
I love Wales so much.
You left. What happened?
I think growing up, I always wanted to leave.
Oh no, we're like talking about how great it is. Yeah.
Well, you don't appreciate these things when you live there because I'd grow up and I was like obsessed with like Disney Channel.
Okay.
Like I loved watching I think I was very obsessed with this idea of like teenagers my age that were doing like, they were in like movies or doing these cool things.
There were opportunities that weren't afforded to you in Wales.
Or they would even do these like, Disney Channel and they would do the like Olympic Disney.
Oh yeah, the Disney games.
Disney games. I loved that. And I thought, dude, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. Not even like to be filmed, but like they just look so fun.
Right.
But we don't get to do anything like that. And Wales is, not a big country.
Sure.
Doesn't have a lot of money. The UK is pretty rough right now.
Yes.
And Wales was like
a rough part of like a rough part
of
right?
that.
Yeah,
so it's like Mississippi at times, like the comparisons, but it's a really beautiful place, and I regret the way I felt like I looked back on it. And now I think it's like one of the coolest, most beautiful places, and everyone's so kind and so inquisitive and really welcoming. I think people, if you like Wales, they'll be like, I want to talk about it. So that's good. But I really wanted to leave. And so when I was picking my universities, I picked literally the furthest ones on purpose.
Oh, you literally did like the math. You're like, yeah, I just want to go as far from Wales as possible.
I tried to pick somewhere that was like a place that I couldn't go back for the weekend if I was feeling like lonely.
Right, kind of force yourself.
I wanted it to be like, if I was going to go back, it was going to be a big deal for me to go back home for like the weekend or whatever it was. Because we have good trains in the UK, but they are expensive. And driving is not a thing that everyone has. Having a car is really cumbersome in the UK. But you know, we say it's like hard to go back, but then I'll talk to Americans. They're like, I drove 20 hours. I'm like, that's psychotic.
Yeah, it's funny.
Which is
hard
like
to get back for you is like, like 4 hours.
Yeah, literally 4 hours, right? Like that was a whole day, like kind of, right? So I would only go back like 2-3 times a year during university. So I went to university and I kind of like went far out, but I kind of loved the idea of being independent and kind of do my own thing. And then I moved to London. And I think I would have definitely done a year in like America or Japan or literally anywhere if I knew I could have.
Okay, I see.
But, you know, in my school, they never really told us about this kind of stuff because it was such a small school. And it was kind of like the two ultimatums they gave us was go to university or go to McDonald's.
Right.
That was it. They were like, you are going to be poor and dumb or get a degree and
university
was
in the UK. It wasn't like, hey, go
No, there was
abroad.
never a mention of you should study abroad or even look at it, but I easily could have. Like these were things that were very accessible to me had I had known where to even begin looking. But I was also lazy. I wanted to play COD all the time.
Hey, we all do.
I was a degenerate and I played a lot of COD. And so, but then I wanted to move to London after living in university because I was like, that's the big city. I got to go to the big city. Because I feel like this happens a lot in the States as well, where they're like, I got to go to New York or I got to go to LA.
Yeah, it's like wherever you are, I'm going to go to Chicago, New York, LA, like, Austin or something, the closest hub near you.
You kind of almost, it's like you have to prove something to yourself. I think that we get this weird idea.
I'm from a very small town. So like for me, it was like, I have to get out of Arizona.
Right.
Yeah. And so I went to San Francisco and then LA. Yeah.
Did you move like literally the first chance afforded to you? Or was it like you kind of were trying to get the right moment to move? Or?
Yeah. So I graduated high school, 17, and I immediately went to the biggest city in Arizona. It's like, I'm out of here. Like a small town. So I went to Phoenix. I went to Tempe, Arizona State University. And then the second I graduated from there, I was like, I'm trying to go somewhere that is not Arizona. And in my mind, San Francisco was like tech hub, liberal. Like that's what I was like. I'm gonna be a startup guy maybe, or I just need to be different and not be what my family is. And so like the
moment you good chance came
months
along.
After I graduated, I got a job in San Francisco. Didn't even have a house. I just went and lived in a hostel for a week.
Oh my God. Yeah. But probably when you moved to Arizona, you probably felt like some weird sense of accomplishment where you're like, I'm in a big city. I'm making it work. Like I can do this.
The weirdest thing was the town I'm from is probably 80% Hispanic, 19% white. And going to Phoenix and it was like 95% white. I was like, this is, dude, I felt so free. I felt like a minority, which is insane to say. I was like a very white person.
I mean,
it freaked me out.
In Wales, I very white.
Going anywhere, going to Japan, you're like, obviously it feels different.
And I think that was a big aspect of it for me. It was like, I felt like I know so little about so many cultures, and not even intentionally. Like I just didn't know.
You didn't have the opportunity. Like when are people talking about Japan? I mean, it's bigger now with like the popularity of anime and stuff. But like, there's countries now that don't have those kind of exports. It's like, what do we know about Argentina?
I don't know shit about
a couple footballers, maybe.
Great barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. They love meat a lot.
Yeah, they love meat. But like, I felt like maybe you felt the same way where it's like, there's a lot of, I feel like when you're from a smaller area and you're surrounded by, at least I was surrounded by people who were exactly like me. I kind of felt like I really wanted to just see what else was out there. You know, like there's so much cool stuff. And I feel like when people say like culture shock, I feel like it's just kind of like growing pains of not really knowing about other cultures or other things. Right. And I really like to, it's been really fun learning.
Totally.
And it's, people get so stoked when you know a bit about their culture.
Yeah, seeing them light up when you like. I saw it happen in real time when you spoke Japanese to people all the time. They'd be like, "Oh my god, like this is going to be easier for me."
Especially when I speak to Japanese people outside of Japan, they freak out because they're like, "This is so sick."
Yeah.
What the fuck is a white boy talking Japanese? What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And then you can
especially like good conversational Japanese, because I'm sure there's people like Ludwig who will go out there and like try and say like, "My name is Ludwig. Hello."
I mean, so, you know, I could definitely be better, and I can always be better, right?
Oh,
but
I've seen it in action. He's lying, Jeff. Okay. Yeah, it's like, dude, he's having real conversations with people that mattered to us.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of fun, and that was that was a challenge in of itself, right? Because I went to London, and I loved London so much, and I still think like London is one of the coolest cities because you're just surrounded by so much culture, and like you'll walk down the road, and then you'll see a sign, and it'll be like they have these blue signs everywhere that'll be like famous person here, and you're like, oh, what did this guy do? And it'd be like, this guy invented like the quill in 1200 and he lived right here. Like, that's so sick that we know that, and that we enshrined that knowledge, and that we
there's
we
no
take so much
buildings
care.
older than like 200 years in LA. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah, and it's like this building is 1100 years old in London.
Well, like New York, same thing. When I went there recently, and someone was like, this is an institute. It's been here 100 years. I'm like, 100 years?
Yeah.
Half the pubs in my town were 100 years plus.
Yeah, like, exactly. And those are the new ones. You know what I mean?
Like, it's like but it's cool, you know. There's such like, and I think this is when you're a white guy and you get 30 plus, history becomes so much cooler to you.
Totally. Yeah.
It
you
just
start
happens.
to realize that like the world is fascinating, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
And you start to appreciate it, and the architecture is so cool. And just like being in London, you feel surrounded by such cool history at all times. And I really love that. Going out for a pint in the pub is one of the top vibes in the world.
It has public transportation, which as like an American, it's like, great. Dude, it's so easy to get around
Super
in London.
walkable. Like it is really nice. The prices are outrageous though, like in LA. But like I really miss it a lot. And whenever I go back, I forget how much I love it. But I got asked to move to Japan, and I didn't know any Japanese. I thought learning Japanese was cringe.
Really?
Well, okay. So I say that, but I come from like the anime YouTube background where, you know, 10 years ago, liking anime was very cringe.
Yeah.
And so on top of that, we were then embarrassed by the people that were like, Konnichiwa, Boku no Namae.
Right. It's like you were able to separate yourself from them. It's like, no, we're not cringe because we're not like wearing the clothes and learning Japanese.
I took a lot of misguided pride in the fact that I felt like I was normal who liked anime.
I just like the anime, man. I'm not a weeb.
But then I realized they were the ultimate. They were the people who truly understood it, and they were like, they fully sended on a hobby and had zero regrets.
Yeah.
And those people, a lot of them end up moving to Japan or maybe go there for, you know, even vacation, and they end up using that, what I thought was cringe, and are able to use
it helps
something.
Their life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like, and I think it also shows a lot of respect to a culture when you try to learn a little bit of it. And so for me, I look back, I'm like, you kind of stupid. Why did you
Why didn't you do this thing?
Why did you look down on those people? So I didn't know a fucking single word of Japanese, and the only time I started learning was on the plane over, moving over there.
That's insane. Well, we glossed over it earlier when you were like, yeah, I was just going to move far away, but like that is a remarkably brave thing to do. A lot of people don't have the guts to go somewhere as an individual, or like you said, like live independently.
Yeah, I think, you know, and a lot of people have good reasons. I think a lot of people, when I talk to them and I ask them, because I'm always trying to convince friends to move to Japan, because I think it's the best. Yeah, it's literally the best.
It's a great place.
I know the meme Japan place. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to it, man. A lot of things are just really fucking cool.
Yeah,
and then, you know, on like Reddit, there's a massive. I feel like it's swung full roundabout, where it used to be people would glaze Japan all the time.
Yeah,
and now it's like really popular to shit on Japan whenever possible, because they're like, well, it's actually miserable to be in Japan.
Yeah, you don't understand the socioeconomic climate there in Japan. Yeah, I've seen a lot.
But
of those
no, it's like your day-to-day life is phenomenal. Like if you're not working in a really bad Japanese company, it's great. You have such a high quality of life. But I basically was single and 23, and so I was like, well, I got nothing to lose, and I didn't have that much stuff, so I didn't really feel like it was a big deal. I just kind of felt like I'll go for 2 years, and if I don't fuck with it, I can just leave. But I felt like
all it costs is a plane ticket, you know.
But this was an opportunity that was given to me. It wasn't something I sought out. So I felt like it would be so stupid to turn this down. Because how many people get the chance to do something like that?
Right.
Especially a country that I I felt like I had such a massive impact on my life. I love Japanese media. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll try. And I didn't fucking know a single word of Japanese. And I was so dumb because I knew for 6 months I was moving.
Right. You could have started earlier, not on the flight. Yeah.
But I think there's this intimidation of failing. I hate failing at things. It was a very toxic way to think about it, of like, I don't want to be bad at it, so I won't start learning. And I'll just pick it up when I get there. Right. And to some extent I did, but it was very much harder. I made it hard for myself, and those few months
it's going to take work no matter what. And so the fact that you delayed it just made it a bigger
stupid.
Problem.
Whereas my friends had actually put an effort, because I moved with some friends at the same time, and they were pretty decent by the time I moved. And I was like, I'm useless.
They had a head start on you.
Yeah, I was fucking dumb. So I regret that very much. I think
that's true about everything in life. There's like someone listening right now is putting off something because they are scared of how hard it's going to be, or because they're embarrassed about it. Like you said, these people who were like had this affinity for Japanese culture. Just do the thing.
Just do it, man.
Start the thing. Be bad at the thing.
It's scary because it's so daunting, but it feels like a superpower the first time you're able to order food. Because you're like, I didn't know anything of this language. I can't converse with these people. And then suddenly I said something that they fully understood.
Yes.
Like that is such a crazy superpower.
And it's almost like a magic spell. It's like you said words and then food appeared. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And AI is getting amazing and these translating tools are getting so good. But at the same time, that human connection of the instant ability to understand another person is so powerful. And I don't think AI or these translation tools will ever quite get to the point where you can fully get a relationship. Like I've done things where we've worked with some brands and some game studios where they'll have the Japanese staff come over, and maybe they can talk through a mediator, but you'll never really get a connection with that person, whereas I'm like, let's go out for fucking drinks. Let's go get drunk. Let's go and chat. Like, let's talk about Japan. Let's talk about
your family. Talk about, some you're interested in.
Talk about my times in Japan. Let's, them growing up. Where do they grow up? Oh, cool. I know that place. Let's talk about it. These kind of things that are so lost, and you rob yourself of these possibilities by being like, I don't want to learn. Yeah. Because I see some people putting it off. I'm like, don't put it off. Just do it, man. Just do it.
Yeah, and do it and quit. That's also fine. But like, you have to start something.
Yeah, it is tough. But I like traveling now, and like traveling is one of the coolest things. And I feel like it is so daunting, the idea of traveling a lot of the times, even if like for a vacation, like the idea of planning it and doing it. But it's so fun, man. And it's so enriching. I feel so fulfilled when I get to go anywhere. Even like when I go to like Amsterdam for TwitchCon EU or something, it's like I love the Netherlands. It's such a good vibe. And just sitting out there having a little coffee and a stroopwafel.
Oh, dude. If Trump goes for a third term, I'm trying to convince Rochelle to go to Amsterdam. I still have some family there. I'm like, we could maybe go. I think citizenship is a possibility.
It's such a vibe. Yeah. And the quality of life is great. Yeah. And, everyone's like, the taxes are so high. I'm like, dude, I'm getting rinsed no matter where I am.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. I just want to ride my bike around, hang out on the canals.
Even if you like live in LA or a big city anyway, you're probably paying a lot. The only person who's probably winning is that one guy in like the middle of nowhere in Nevada.
Yeah, or Montana or something.
Like, okay, understandable. I get it if you like that way of life. That's totally fine. But I want to be around
in a city.
people.
Well, around people.
I don't want to be in a fucking
culture.
desert.
Hey, me either.
I mean, Arizona is like a state that shouldn't exist.
No, it's terrible. It's like, have you ever seen Roadrunner and Coyote? With like the tumbleweeds and saguaros? Like, that's my hometown. Or actually, if you've ever seen, I'm sure you have, Star Wars, like the Tatooine scenes.
Yeah, that's Arizona,
my hometown.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, they filmed it there. So those sand dunes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, what am I doing there?
Do you feel a lot of hometown pride for Arizona? Or is it hard? Because I feel like Arizona doesn't have a strong identity as a state.
Yeah.
Unlike other states, I feel.
It's tough because like half the people in Arizona, the identity is like, we pull ourselves up by our bootstrap Republicans, but like Texas just does that. Like those people, they just want to be Texans.
Right.
And then the other half of the people are like, no, we're like young Arizonans and we're trying to go left and like change the state.
And geographically, it's so in between the two, right?
Yeah, it's like they just go to California eventually. So there's really like the ones who make money or want culture go to California, and you end up with just a bunch of old kind of like retirees. That is nothing.
Do you feel a lot of pride to be an Arizonan?
The only thing I feel pride about is not even being an Arizonan, but being specifically a human from Yuma, Arizona. Okay. Is that it is actually the hottest
small town hype is the best.
Yeah, it's the hottest city in the country.
That's diabolical. Like, actually. That's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's cool. It is disgusting. It's like the worst thing in the world, but it gets 127 degrees like one day of summer. And at least I have like a point of pride of knowing that like you complain about the heat, it's like you didn't have the hottest day ever.
You're that guy online.
Yeah, I don't ever talk about it, but I love knowing it. I like smirk to myself. I sit up a little taller and be like, it's not that hot here.
Do you engage with the bait when the British... Because they always do
no
this,
air conditionings.
Dude, this is there is a phenomenon online, and this is low quality bait. Every single year gets so much engagement.
There's a heat wave, and it's like 79 degrees.
And I swear, it is not even British people who are making these posts. It is Americans who are tweeting about British heat waves,
right?
Because they want to fucking clown on British people.
Sure. I think I am
it is bad, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is.
It's
and I agree with you. I'm
miserable.
like the Gandhi of the situation. I think
you're the Gandhi.
Being uncomfortable sucks. Yeah, it's like I don't care what the temperature is. Like if it's uncomfortable, it sucks, dude. I stand with the British people. I wish they had air conditioning.
I just like I understand the mentality to clown on British people with the lack of AC, and even like my parents recently, they were renovating their house. My dad was doing it all himself. He's insane. I was like, Dad, please get a Japanese like heat exchange AC. I'm like, it's great. Yeah. You can heat in the winter and you can cool in the summer, and it works amazingly. Like, no, I don't want it. We don't need AC.
Right.
I was like,
it becomes a point of pride there that like, we live in a temperate climate.
All the houses are like brick or stone. It's so hard to like cool it. And in London, it was miserable. I remember I had like 4 fans, and it was disgusting. I hated it. It was way worse than anywhere I've been in America. And Japan, they have AC everywhere. Right. So it's fine. It is horrible in Japan.
Yeah, it was. I didn't realize. I had the same thing in Korea.
You had a great time.
I had a great time, but like it's also humid and sweaty, and there's like bugs, which is like a dumb complaint to make. But.
Never go to Japan in the summer. Yeah. August, July, and June generally don't go to Japan. It's just too hot.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. You won't enjoy it.
Yeah, especially as someone who's not used to the climate. You'll just be like sweating and miserable.
It is Florida, but worse than Florida, I think. I've been to Florida, Miami, and I felt like the humidity was worse in Japan.
Well, yeah, Miami's the best part of Florida. I like going to like northern Florida.
That's I went to Orlando.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Orlando sucks.
Yeah, it's miserable. Tampa, and that was bad too.
Yeah.
Did not like it.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Did not like it. But you know what? It was fun. I got to travel the States. That was nice. It's nice to go around. But
what is final home base for you? 20 years from now.
That's a great question.
Is it Wales? Is it London? Is it Japan forever?
It's tough. And a lot of people ask me this because people naturally assume you're going to move back. I think the question
is... Yeah, they assume this is like a trip, like a long round trip.
Yeah, people often assume that like, so when do you plan to return? Like it's what you're supposed to do. And I don't know. It's something that I think I will, because I don't think retiring in Japan sounds right to me. Feel like it would suck to be old around people who I feel like I don't have a lot of...
Right, you didn't have the same experiences growing up, so like, what are you going to do with the retirement home in Japan?
I don't have family in Japan, and so I feel like that is something that as you get older, you want to be around more.
Value a little more, yeah.
So I think I ultimately, super, super way down the line, but not in... I don't even think the next 10 years I'll move back. I just can't see myself leaving. Do you
think there's another stop before even going back? Or is Japan like you love Japan?
I love Japan too much. Japan's so great.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of problems, as everywhere does. But generally, like, I love Japan. I love chatting with people in Japan. Everyone's so kind. There is a real sense of community that I really enjoy. I can walk everywhere. Yeah. I can drive if I want to, but I can get the train everywhere. There's just so much ease of getting around the country and seeing really cool parts. And such a rich, like, every single town and city is so proud about something. They all have something. It's so bizarre.
Dude, going to the train station in Neo Hakodate and seeing their little like shrimp mascot everywhere and like talking about it.
That was when
he's terrifying.
Like the sperm.
He
was like the sperm.
They loved him. And it's like, this is what we're known
for.
They
think really highly of him. Each town, they'll have like a thing. They'll be like, we produce the best grapes in Japan.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
And they get really passionate about it. But then you'll go back home, you'll go to Tokyo and you'll chat with someone and you'll be like, I just came back from Hiroshima. They'll be like, did you try the oysters?
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, I did. They'll be like, they're fire, right? Hiroshima oysters, famous.
It's such cool personal connection with people.
Yeah, so I love, my favorite thing to do is because I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable on the things that are famous of each part. Is I'll ask the taxi driver, like, where are you from, Japan? And they'll be like, okay, I'm from Yamanashi. We're like, famous for wine. And he'll be like, oh yeah, how'd you know that?
He like turns around in the car.
How'd you know that?
Yeah.
And then, like you just kind of hit them with the knowledge. It's so fun. I found that was the best conversation starter that I've had out of anywhere.
That's a good tip.
It's really good if you want to connect with people. Like showing that, it kind of shows you have a pretty good understanding of like Japanese culture and not just like Tokyo or the big cities. It's really cool. I love talking about it. It's so much fun. Sorry for ranting about it.
No. That's great. I think I don't want to take too much of your time.
Oh, no, dude. I can talk all day, man. Don't worry about it.
Perfect. I'll ask you one more thing. So this one's for me.
Okay.
Because as you mentioned, I'm going to be a dad soon.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. It's insane.
That's so hype.
It is. I'm worried because I'm like extremely hype about it, but I'm not nervous about it. And on one hand, that seems like
you should
great.
be nervous.
Yeah. It's like, I wish I was maybe a little bit more nervous about it and more prepared.
No, not at all. I don't think so.
I would like to know, like, what is your best like memory with your dad, or even just family memory, and then what is like your most embarrassing memory with family? I want to put him in my
an embarrassing
scrapbook.
moment that I have that my parents love to remind me of as well.
Oh, so they love this. It's only embarrassing to you.
They love it. Yeah. We used to go on skiing holidays to like Bulgaria because it was like dirt cheap.
Sure.
And it was so good. I loved it. We were on the ski like lift, the one that you put between your thighs and you have to hold on really tight.
That looks scary. Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah.
And
it's like a pogo stick. It's like tiny. Like
yes,
you literally are just like
and then
holding
it
on
like
to
jerks
it.
you.
Yeah,
It's like really weird. You know, like why is the ski lift jacking me off? I for some reason I just watched Ice Age and there was a bit where he put his tongue on the ice.
Yeah.
And it stuck to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way that'll happen. So I put my tongue on the pole.
You tested it. You tested it with your tongue.
I don't know why I thought this was the right time.
Yeah.
Literally the pole is moving.
Yeah.
And I put my tongue on it.
Yeah.
And
you're stuck.
And it's stuck. And I couldn't get it off.
So you had to do a rotation. What happened?
No, you don't, because the thing goes up at the end.
Oh.
So I just had to yank it off at the end, and I was freaking out. And everyone was like, "What the fuck's wrong with your tongue?" Because it was like bleeding.
Yeah, it's red. I'm sure.
Yeah. And so my parents love to make fun of me for doing that.
Dude, that rules.
Favorite. My dad or
and honestly any family member, but like I'm going to be a dad, but like hey, it could be a mom memory, just like a memory from an adult in your life that was good.
Yeah, my dad used to compete in chess tournaments when I was a kid.
I think I knew that. Yeah, because you did some chess boxing stuff, slap boxing at the end. Yeah,
my dad would drive me around, and he'd always be so stoked to see me play, and I always thought it was so cool seeing how excited he was when I'd win or something like that, and he'd be super pumped just to spend time with me, and I look back really fondly on that.
That rules. Do you think that was like your best point of connection? Like that was when you guys were
I think it helped
closest?
a lot. I think it helped a lot because I had 3 brothers. So, it's kind of hard to...
Yeah, everyone has to like
one-on-one.
have their thing, right?
So it would be like a weekend where we would just spend it all together. And my dad always really tried to connect with us and was really good about it.
That's
even
awesome.
if dads sometimes just don't know how to.
Sure.
Because they're like, I don't know what a Pokemon is, but I appreciate that you care about it, son. I'm trying to help and trying to connect with it. So I think back fondly of that, of him just being willing to spend the weekend doing something that I can't imagine was fun for him.
Sure.
Although maybe seeing your kid do something is kind of...
Yeah, I think it was actually like super fulfilling for him.
Maybe. I think.
It's funny that you mentioned Pokemon as like the hard thing because my parents divorced when I was like 2.
Yeah.
And so my dad for the first 7 years of my life was like trying to find that thing.
Yeah.
And that thing ended up being Pokemon.
It's good, man.
It's crazy. And we bonded over it. We like bought the strategy guides and we got the checklist.
Yeah.
We caught all the Pokemon together. And it's something that if I go home, like he'll say like, remember when we caught all the Pokemon? He'd always go, no one else caught them all. Cause like, your friends would like play Pokemon. He's like, we caught them all. First 3 games, we caught every Pokemon and we did it together.
First 3 games?
Yeah. So, red, silver and sapphires. Like we caught every Pokemon.
That's not easy.
And then I kind of aged out of it. And then you start to get like embarrassed your dad, which sucks. Like I wish I would have kept that up. Like it's like one of my bigger regrets.
It happens, man. It is, but I'm sure he probably understood a little bit too. But yeah, you do wish, you look back, you're like, God damn it, I wish I gave my dad more time. But
like that was our chess tournament. It was like, we're going to I would go there on the weekend because it was like his weekend. It's like, all right, we got to get this Pokemon. I remember like Milotic. It was like, we're going to catch all these Feebas and we're going to try and get a Milotic. And we did it together. Exactly.
That's so cool, man. That's such a neat memory to have. I wish my dad's just gotten into gaming.
That's insane.
Yeah, he
what is the game? Yeah, what got him in?
Well, no, so he approached me and he was like, I want to get into gaming.
Oh, he wanted to be, it wasn't like a game got him into gaming.
No,
he wants to add this hobby.
Watching my streams and I think he was I think he's a bit inspired and I think he always mentioned that he wanted to get in gaming, but I don't think I took it very seriously. But then one time I was like, you know what, I'll actually help you out. Let's do it. And I thought the easiest way to do it was to get him a Steam Deck, and then just give him access to my library.
Right, so like family share or whatever.
So he didn't have to buy any games. Because I was like, I feel like if he has to buy games and choose, there's going to be a lot more pressure. But it was very hard finding a game for a 60-year-old man who doesn't know anything about games, because so much games require you to know games.
It's like knowledge built on knowledge built on knowledge built on knowledge. Watching Rochelle try and play a 3D game when she didn't grow up doing it, it's like, their head like looks at the ceiling all the time.
Impossible. And so
it's not their fault. It's not your dad's fault that he doesn't know these
even
things.
Like navigating a menu. Like navigating a menu is something we somewhat take for granted.
Knowing to hit B to go back one level and stuff. Yeah, they would never
stuff
know
like that we just assume this button will probably do this, and if it doesn't, I know which button will.
Right.
So the only game that I could reasonably get him to like be able to like understand the game, incrementally improve, and kind of start to understand game mechanics a bit more, I got him into Vampire Survivors.
Really? That's actually perfect when you think about it. Because you don't really aim.
One input.
Yeah, it's just WASD. You just walk around.
Because there's so much going on in video games that it's often super overwhelming to see things on screen and then translate that into buttons. He's really been trying to do Cuphead, but it's hard.
That is a huge jump. Because you're going from like top down only, moving in those directions.
He sees it as somewhat simple in terms of the thing, but the Cuphead's a brutal game.
Yeah. I mean, he should maybe do like Mario Bros first. You know what I mean? Like Cuphead is actually hard.
Yeah.
Like there's gamers out there who struggle with like bosses after the first one in Cuphead.
But he got everything in Vampire Survivors. He 100% of the game, I think, except for like all the DLCs.
Sure.
So he sank a lot of hours into that game, and he got really into it, which is great because I feel like, good, you get the baseline knowledge of video game mechanics, improve this, do this, and then you can start to build on that. And I have to go and check. Sometimes I get notifications of what he's playing, you know, the pop up on Steam.
He's online right now.
So I'm playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I was like,
oh, that's so funny.
I was like, yeah, fair enough. That's a very simple game.
Yeah, it'll be fun, you know?
I try to get him into Balatro, but he didn't like it that much.
That's very confusing for
the
like
whole
non-gamers.
Mechanics of making, you know, imagining the best order of the power-ups and the jokers, and having to go through it. It's all very stressful. I just stopped touching us.
Oh, no,
I touched the order.
I'm sure we're still recording. Imagine
Hopefully.
we weren't. Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah. It's all quite unintuitive when you don't game, I think.
Yeah, and even specifically like don't play like roguelikes. You know what I mean? It's like, I kind of understand. Or even like math ones, like you need some multiplication and you need some like high numbers to get the highest mathematical combo. Yeah.
Or like combining power-ups in a way that you can understand works really well.
Yeah.
But super hard to imagine that in a gaming sense because there's a lot of jargon to have to learn.
Even knowing it's like, I got a joker that makes my kings better. I'm going to do a king build. Like he doesn't have that thought that like, I'm going to take other things that help kings, I guess.
Yeah, I
maybe.
need to think about this. And then there's these cards that will get rid of cards or will turn things into things. So I could maybe use that to make the build
so you have more likelihood of hitting this card.
Because I think right now when I would watch him play, he would just go for like the same thing and wouldn't give much thought into what is improving his score into that, which then made it very unsatisfying. Well, like whenever I played like roguelike card builders, like Slay the Spire, or I've been playing like Monster Train.
I love Monster Train. Monster Train 2 rules. I actually didn't play Monster Train 1. I only played 2.
I just started playing a ton of it.
2 rules.
So good.
It's unbelievable. I streamed it and viewership was bad, so I stopped playing it, which is bad of me.
Because that game has way too much fucking jargon.
Yes, jargon and a lot, and the thought that there's like multi-levels.
Dude, and there's so much shit going on.
Yes.
And because I only just started.
But as a player, it's amazing.
Because I got over the first 2 hour hump and I love it. And I started playing the Spore build.
Yes.
But the Spore build is like, it's ridiculous. The amount of shit going on the screen.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is absurd. But very fun. And the game is so fucking sick.
Yeah, and then every time you finish a run, you want to do another one. It's like, now I want to try this. Now I want to try this.
But that game is horrible for someone, even for me, who I'd put in hundreds of hours into Slay the Spire. I felt like this amount
you
of jargon.
You had to like study a little bit to get the fuck is. Yeah, your dad's never going to get into that.
Stuff like those kind of games are like, this is a game for gamers.
Yeah.
Whereas Slay the Spire, I feel like you don't need to be a super into rogue card or card builders to like it. It's very simple and straightforward.
Until you get to like defect and stuff. Then you're like, oh, dude, this is getting too confusing. Yeah, me too. It's my favorite, but like I would never tell someone to like start that one.
Defect is horrible to start with. I love that's my guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
Ascension 20 on him.
Nothing feels better than pushing the orbs through and just like watching them cycle.
That double hit on the Dark Orb for like 150, you're like, eat shit, boss. Fucking die.
Hell yeah.
But then the sad part of playing the defect is learning that the ice orbs are the best.
Yeah.
Learning that it's not about the sick power-ups. It's about making an ungodly amount of block.
Yeah.
It's the sad part of getting... It's like getting old.
Honestly, any build, it's like the same. It's like, oh yeah, it's armor stacking. Oh, hey, it's
armor
like it's like evade stacking. You know what I mean? It's all the same.
Yeah, but getting armor stacking on the Ironclad is so fun because of the body slam.
Yeah, or shield bash, whatever's when your armor is your damage. Bash. Yeah, it feels so
Fuck, I love Slay the Spire. I'm so hyped for Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah, is there a date for that? Do you know?
I think it is going to be within the month of September is what it looks like. I don't know that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. It could be October. I actually met up with the devs in Japan. They were super sweet.
That's amazing.
I don't talk about it publicly much, but because I don't want to be like, I know these guys.
Oh, yeah.
But they were some of the nicest dudes, and they were so much fun to hang out with, and they were really nice and just really cool bunch of guys.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I think usually when you make a good game, especially like below AAA level, because AAA you never know, but if you make a good game below AAA level, you kind of have to be like a cool person. It's just like so hard to do it. So like get everyone to pull together and make something good is an impossible task.
Yeah, every indie dev game I've met has just been so fucking cool and so passionate. I just love talking games to people as well and seeing where they drew inspiration and you know, talking to the games about them. It's just so much fun, man. So cool. And I've really fallen into love with gaming particularly. I felt like I was a gamer, but I didn't love games.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I felt like I would put my 300 hours a year into League and COD and do all this thing, and I felt like I'm just playing the game and I'm not like getting an appreciation for games.
Right, it was like a pastime instead of like a pursuit or hobby.
That I feel like I'm actively doing now. I feel like I'm actively trying to appreciate the video games more.
Right.
And that's been really fulfilling.
Yeah, it's funny that is like true of any medium and makes it better.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, man, you like movies? Well, like, what'd you think about this movie? And now watch this movie that was inspired by it. And all of a sudden, it like opens up your mind to a million possibilities.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it makes me like a better person in the weird way that I can come to appreciate these things.
It makes you at least not like a mindless zombie. Because I know a lot of times I'm gaming, I'm just mindless. I'm like actually
League was
hiding from the world instead of like learning.
TFT is that for me. I'm a TFT addict.
You like the new set? There's been some broken stuff. It's been pissing me off.
I think I like it when the set feels like everyone in the lobby can run something and it is not clear which one is going to be the broken one.
Sure. Yeah, it's not like everyone's trying to get the gangplank, stretchy arms gangplank, or
that was a fucking miserable
big Udyr and stuff.
That's also a miserable patch. Because I hit master in with the dragon set. No. What you said today? I hit master one time. So I don't stream TFT ever.
Right.
I only do
and
it
that
in
is,
my
for
free
people
time.
who don't know, that's like remarkably hard. Like hitting master in any league game mode, but specifically TFT.
Only done it one time.
Because you have to be like scouting, you have to know the numbers.
Well,
you
this
have
is
to
before Emerald as well.
Oh, okay, got it.
Which
is still, it's still hard. Yeah,
it's still hard, but I feel like for me, it's not even like an issue of climbing. It is a time issue of getting the games in to climb.
Yeah. You reset, and now I have to get through all of these ranks.
It's such a fucking large
Especially because, like, even if you're a good player, like, you're getting fourths. You know what I mean?
Happens,
it's like,
man.
oh, yeah, I get like 10 elo.
I like trying to, like, if I get like a unit early that maybe isn't meta, I'm like, you know, with the
you get the Zach Augment or something.
I just like trying to make something work where I'm like, okay, I think if I hit these certain things, I can play into it. So I often get 6th or 7th from playing a dog shit comp that maybe someone else just giga hit. Or maybe sometimes you might have come 3rd, but you went against the guy.
Yeah.
You went against the guy in the lobby.
Yeah, he hit all the KOs immediately and then went 9 and you're like, okay, I guess I just lose.
Yeah, and so but I love it. It's very meditative for me. I find that it's a great way to start my morning.
Really?
I get a coffee after the gym. I get a coffee and I play a game. And
that's like people who drink coffee and play chess in the morning, but you're playing TFT. Yeah, you're like a different man.
Because sometimes you hit big and you're like, this is good.
Yeah, it like starts your day right. But like, I don't know, if you go 8th, do you play 2? Because the thought of starting my day going 8th and then like turning on stream, I'm guilty.
But sometimes I only have time for one game and that's it. And sometimes it's an 8th.
That'll ruin your day.
You feel bad. Yeah. But the time I hit master, it was only when I was playing 2 games a day.
Right. Oh, really?
It was when I was playing 2 games a day, and I was always 1st to like 3rd. But it was like there's something about when you don't play too much of a ranked game. Yeah. Your mind is in like this zen zone of like.
Yeah, it hasn't been filled up with
I'm just here for a good time.
Trash.
Yeah, and then I don't stress if someone's contesting. I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I think's right here. And you start playing, and then you start climbing. It's weird. It's weird how it all works, but. No, I don't like the set much.
Fair.
I think because they're having a really hard time balancing it.
Yeah, there seems like there's always one thing that is giga OP.
Do you have a favorite set?
Yes, but only because I like playing.
It's a preference though. And I don't think there is a best set objectively. Because when people tell me they like the headliner set, I fucking hate that shit.
Oh, really? I kind of liked that one.
I hate rolling for a character and then having to roll on top of that for something on the character.
Yeah, it's like I want Garen, but I also want Garen with this
because
headliner.
Then I often feel like I'm sometimes being outplayed because a guy just hit fucking big.
Yeah, and hit big early. It's like I hit the 4-cost headliner that I needed.
Like they'll be like level 5 and they'll hit a 4-cost headliner, Caitlyn fucking sharpshooter or some shit. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it's just over. And that puts so much pressure on the lobby.
Yeah.
My favorite is when there's a comp that's like me mech, me yordle, me no scout. That's my favorite.
I like those.
And I know it's like the worst way to play.
No, I like those. I like those.
But it's just like, oh, dude, I'm just buying my units. Like I really like crew. Even though it's not
like
that
crew.
good.
I wish crew was
feels
good.
Yeah, because it's like fun to like hit these units.
But I believe in the reroll gate.
Yeah.
I just don't think the shit.
Yeah, you believe that like they said that they tested it and it's fine, but it's
Bullshit.
not fine?
It's not.
Really?
I don't believe it, dude.
I always believe the audience is wrong, so I think that there is no rerolling issue.
I know that you're right, but I feel like I have been shafted more in this patch than other patches. I don't know what's going on.
It does feel weird,
but
I
then
also think
Ziggs did have a thing where he wasn't showing up.
Right.
That was a bug, and I felt like Ziggs wasn't showing up when I was playing the crew.
Yeah.
I was getting so fucking.
Yeah, there was a guy who hit like 3-star TF but didn't hit 3-star Ziggs, so he didn't get like the thing. It's like that's insane.
The main thing that we stopped playing it was that I hit Ziggs like 3-star at like level 5 before I'd even 2-starred.
Like your one cost or something.
And I was like, something's not right here. Like I feel like this should never happen, even in like the most weird odds of games. So that I was like, I'm not playing the crew anymore. Fuck the crew. Fuck the crew.
You're a believer in the conspiracy.
I'm fully locked in.
Dude, that rules.
But yeah, I'm emerald right now. So
sick.
So maybe I'll get diamond.
And it's still early in the set, so or mid in the set, I guess. But
every time I've been able to climb, it's when I've been on like vacation.
Right.
And vacation is vacation, but I end up playing 5 hours of TFT a day. But this is so relaxing for me.
Yeah. You're a gamer. You like games. It makes you feel better.
Well, because like, I don't know how you vacation, but when I go to like, let's say I go to Italy, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll immediately go get a coffee. I'll go back in my hotel for a second, play a game of TFT. I'll leave, go get lunch, maybe look around, do something interesting.
Yeah, you do like your one thing for the day, go
and
to
then
a museum.
I'll go back, play 4 games of TFT.
Hell yeah.
And then I'll book a nice restaurant and I'll go and eat a bunch of food. And then I'll maybe chill at a bar or something and like hang out with some friends. And then that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
Vacation should be things you enjoy. You shouldn't put pressure on yourself to like over vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then sometimes you travel with some friends and they don't get time to vacation much, and totally understandable. They want to max they want to see everything.
Right.
Which is totally understandable.
I would challenge those people. I would say that, hey, take one of those things out of your schedule to relax and you will have a better overall vacation.
Yes, because I often get people who consult me on their Japan itinerary and they are packing it. And I'm like, you will see everything you want to see, but you won't get those moments that I think you really are going to want, where you can just kind of chill, maybe give yourself some time to hang out with at a bar or something, like, or spend a bit more time in this one place that I think is really cool and you're not giving enough time to, or just take pressure off yourself. Like it's a stressful thing to do so many things.
Yeah. And to feel like your vacation is a job. Yeah. It's like a real.
Absolutely.
That, like,
some people,
stressful.
I keep up with the Japan travel subreddit. I love reading it because
it's so funny.
I love like seeing what people are like, the qualms they have. And they'll always be posts, people be like, I regret that I did so many things. I felt like I couldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it happens.
That sucks.
Just do TFT. That's fun.
Just play TFT, man. In fact, don't even go on vacation.
I got to add you on TFT so that if we are online, we got to queue up.
Yeah, we can do it. I think I hit diamond 1 time, and since then I've been like a plat surfer. I've done like box bootcamp every time, and I
end up plat surfing. I did it one time. I did box bootcamp one time.
Yeah, it's fun, but everyone like takes it very seriously.
Nah, I
got day one,
out.
someone is already diamond, and I'm in like the casual brackets. Like, well, it's over for me.
I was pissed off because the one time I did it, this guy got diamond immediately, and I was in the casual as well. Because I'd hit master one time, and so there was a bit of conversation. They're like, "Is it fair that he's in it?"
Should this guy be in the not pro, but the middle one?
I mostly get to emerald and stop playing, so I felt like I don't feel like I'm a master player. Like I feel like at that one set, at that one time, all the stars aligned.
Yeah.
But I'm not like I would like be completely out of my depth and not have fun.
And it's not like you smurfed that. You know what I mean?
No. I ended up 4th when I did it,
which is still amazing. Yeah,
and that was great, and I loved it. But I ended up spending way too much time.
Yeah, it's stressful, and having to play half of them on stream. I was like grinding on stream so that I could grind off stream, and it really like affected my mind.
I had to hit up box, and I apologized. I was like, dude, I did the math. I was like, I ended up doing like 40% off stream, and I was like, dude, if I'm breaking the rules, you can take me out.
Take me out of this,
because like I was like, I just can't do more on stream, man. It was killing me.
Yeah,
but I had so much fun watching the other streamers. When it got down to the last 6, they were all watching my LOL chess profile
to see if you were playing,
to see if I was winning.
Yeah,
because they could see that I was in games, and I would watch them on stream while I'm playing.
Because there's also a world where they shouldn't queue up. It's like, wait, if he loses this game,
that's what was happening. And I had the mindset of like, nah, bitch, I'm playing.
Yeah. It's like, I don't care. If I go first, I win. If I go 8th, I lose. That's fine.
Yeah. But it was the guy who won ended up getting like diamond 2 or something, and I was like, how the fuck did he get Diamond 2 in like 2 weeks? That's degenerate.
Yeah, it is crazy the amount of games people are playing.
I played so many games that I just hit Emerald, and I was like, this is an unhealthy amount of TFT.
Yeah.
Because after a certain point, I feel like your games get bad too. You stop playing bad.
Yeah, and you start playing...
You get desperate.
You're not even playing TFT at that point. You're just like playing reroll simulator and hoping you hit and complaining when you don't.
The moment you're desperate in the lobby to hit something, it's over. I think
exactly.
You start
You've
playing
already
bad.
lost.
I genuinely think so. Because then you're so paranoid if someone else is copying you.
Yeah, you're like scouting. It's like, why does he have that on his bench? What are you doing? Do I type to him? No, I'm not going to type to him.
I've got one higher 2-star cost than him. He should back off.
Yeah, he should back off on this one.
But he's not backing off.
It's like, he didn't look at my augment. I have crew augment. Why is he going crew?
The worst is when you're doing reroll and you reroll fully down and you haven't hit shit, and the guy who didn't reroll has already hit better than you, and you're like,
and he has like interest breakpoint.
GG. Like, it's over. Like, that's why I hate the snacks.
Yeah.
Some comps are fully snack dependent.
Yeah, like the Cassante and stuff. It's like,
I did Fusion Dance yesterday and I just didn't hit. Trying to get the fucking Giga Darius.
Yeah.
I just didn't hit it, and I was like, well, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, you run out of the rerolls. You can't sell your Darius to get the new one.
Still got second, but I would have got first 100% if I got it.
Which is part of the game. That's what makes you want to play more.
Yeah, because sometimes you hit these juicy combos of augments, you're like...
Dude, I saw this unkillable Garen. It was like double locket ascension, and he like couldn't die, and then he was alone ascended, just one-shotting everything.
I got sorry, I'm such a nerd. I got the Nico one, and then I got the Star.
The Nico one's where it clones someone else.
No, it does her thing gets bigger and bigger,
and
she gains
her individual augment.
Yes, and she gets more durability and massive healing, and you basically like fully ult the stage. And I got that with the Star Guardian 200% bonus thing with the 3, if you only have 3 Star Guardians.
Oh, interesting.
And it made it stupid.
It was fun.
It was insane. And no one could kill me. One wipe, boom, entire board. And then someone was like, this is bullshit. And I'm like, TFT,
That's
buddy.
the point of the game.
TFT, buddy. Get fucked.
Yeah.
Well, I hate losing to Pandora's Bench, so fuck those guys.
Yeah, or Pandora's Items. It's like, I'm a Pandora's Items guy.
I like Pandora's Items.
I like to go Biss. And the same with Pandora's Bench. Yeah, it's like, it feels good.
It's nice. I can turn my brain off.
Yeah, but good players, they're slamming items.
Oh, they never do Pandora's.
Yeah, because it's like, why would you? No, I want to get more value out of it.
Well, that's the one thing when I play with my friends, I'm like, they will not slam items. Like, you just have to slam.
Yeah, that's my problem. I never slam items.
It
like,
feels
I'm waiting
so
for
bad.
another component.
It feels so bad, but you just got to do it.
Yeah, that's what, literally you can double your rank if you just start slamming items and like playing best board.
But then I thought I was like a pro, and then I would start slamming pure dog shit. And I was like,
no,
I'm actually losing games because I'm just not willing to wait till Carousel won combat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to lose this combat if I don't hit this.
I need this health breakpoint. Yeah.
It's like, no, if I just waited for that one item, I would have been in a much better spot. Like, even if like it's not best in slot. I think.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for talking about TFT.
Yeah.
I don't get to talk about TFT with anyone. I don't get to talk about TFT with anyone.
And don't play TFT because you'll get addicted like Connor, and then you'll be on vacation in beautiful Hawaii playing TFT.
It's the best, dude.
Anything you want to plug? You're in the States? No?
Just love you, Stanz.
Thank you. I love you too. I appreciate you coming through. Yeah. It truly meant so much that an episode came out and you're like, I would like to be on this.
I would love to,
please.
Yeah. I feel like we have so much in common, and then because of the structure of how we became friends, we didn't get a chance to talk more.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that...
And the structure of where we live is like, it's so difficult.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so I was like, I'm glad that we could talk more.
Me too.
Thank you. Thank you guys as well for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, man.
Sick.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
Yeah, this truly was a pleasure.